Hello, everybody, and welcome
to the post-credit show,
where we talk about games we've played, movies we've watched,
and everything else
and other assorted nerd stuff we've done.
Welcome.
I'm Nick.
I'm Tony.
I'm Chris.
I'm Brian.
Still.
No, that was better.
Still. That was really good.
That was better.
That was solid.
I remembered my name.
Good work.
Mild. All right, now that
I am
accomplished.
55.
Now it's just downhill from here.
Yeah.
I am wrong.
I am wrong. That makes
So you two weren't here last week, so why don't we start with some just E3 impressions of like the big things you kind of thought about, the highlights. Yeah, we're not going to go through the big list again, but
Is it Death Stranding?
We did do a top 3 list.
We did do top 3s.
Top 3?
Yeah. Like of the announcements made, not necessarily like who had the best show or anything like that, but just what
3 games
excited
that
us.
what 3 things were you like?
Resident
oh
Evil
damn,
2.
that was pretty good. Yeah,
Resident Evil 2 had an amazing impression. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
easily top one for me. Like it's.
I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, I think I knew your top one.
Well, it's Death Stranding is a second, but more so just
I thought
like
it was something else.
Kingdom Hearts 3. What else happened at E3 that I don't remember?
The only thing you
Ghosts.
tweeted about, pretty much.
Pokemon?
No.
What did I tweet about?
Snake.
Don't remember.
Super Smash Bros.
Oh, yeah,
Snake and Super Smash.
Yeah, that one. Okay, so
See, that's what the issue was. Is we had
there's so much stuff. There was so much stuff last week.
Yeah.
That I think though the Resident Evil 3 or Resident Evil 2 reveal was so like we all knew Resident Evil 2 remake was coming.
I'm honestly surprised it took this long.
But
Isn't
it
Final
shows.
Fantasy
It shows
VII
why.
coming too?
That's a good question.
Well, no, it was Resident Evil 2 fell in that category of like Sony has said it, but they haven't released it.
But it's a different developer, remember?
Yeah,
And
this
Final
is
Fantasy
Capcom.
VII is going through some weird development stuff. Like apparently, it's going to be episodic, and each episode is going to be developed by a different studio. Which
Yeah,
is
that's gonna be
super
weird.
weird.
That's not what anybody wants either.
No, that's literally the worst case scenario.
It's like a
for that
weird
game.
mosaic.
That's a nice. It's good for an art piece. It's good for a different. Like it could work for a video
And then you
game,
compare that with Resident Evil 2's
which is literally
presentation.
them going like, "Hey, let's make it look pretty."
Let's take the Resident Evil 7 engine,
Yeah.
pull the camera back, and do third person again, and make an actual horror game. Because the last couple ones haven't been
It's following the
incredibly
same
scary.
story,
No.
right?
They've been like some jump scares, but this one looks genuinely like a horror.
Well, like I
horror
say, after
game.
Resident Evil 1 remaster, which was way back on the GameCube.
yes, everyone
And 0, which was way back on the GameCube. But
Everyone
they've
loved
subsequently re-released. You're like, this game is gorgeous. This is exactly what we want. Do it to 2.
Yeah.
And they said they were going to do it. They were doing it.
Yeah.
It never showed for the longest time.
So now they're kind of doing the mix of the 4, 5, 6
Yes, the
third person thing mixed with
the old
7 of that.
Which will
that
be
mix.
good.
engine.
I think
It
that'll be
looks
really
and it
good.
looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
as cool as Leon Kennedy is, I liked him being a rookie
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
RE2 more than him being this awesome badass. I'm not saying he's not a badass now, but seeing
His
that character
progression.
like
Where
way
it's-
back then, back in 98 or something like that.
Yeah.
Resident
Yeah,
Evil 2.
something like that.
Like, and we thought we were just gonna get a remake like RE
Yeah,
remake
the-
and
the-
0,
yeah.
where it was like the classic top-down stuff, like the tank controls. No, they full on went balls to the walls
Which is good.
with this.
With
game.
remaking
like it's
it.
so good. It's so good.
Okay, so that's one thing. 2 more things.
I can't evaluate Death Stranding. I still don't know anything about it.
No one does.
I don't think Kojima knows.
I think Sony should be worried a little bit.
It's like they got a Han Solo movie on their hands.
But instead of changing the director, they can't.
Yeah, they don't know what to do.
No one else can take this on.
Like we said with Death Stranding, like it's legitimately, at least when he was with Konami, there was someone at Konami above him going like,
Make a coherent game.
and he'd like bring the game to them, and they're like, tone it down, please. And
Your
he'd
market.
be like,
We don't know how to market this game. Make it marketable.
right.
And yeah, see, we would get Metal Gear and we would get Zone of the Enders, but this one feels so much that Sony has not let him like they just do your own thing.
Well, because technically that's what it is. He's
Yes.
his own studio
It is
doing his
technically-
own thing.
But it's so weird to see that come out into fruition. It's just. I'm okay if there's no more other trailers and the game just comes out and players have to just figure out what this game.
Date?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. So
More weird trailers.
it is definitely going to be a 2019 game if I were to wager.
Yeah.
Obviously, Kingdom Hearts 3 is fantastic. Like I'm really glad that
And we do have a date for that.
a date for that, and I'm okay with it being in January because this season is going to be just jam packed full of Smash Brothers. You've got Spider-Man coming out. You've got
even Mario Party's coming out.
Super Mario Party,
yeah.
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider, yeah. Ace is out this week.
Ace is
I totally forgot about that.
You can go buy it right now.
I know.
When I get home.
I don't know.
I'm still on quest. I'm on the bubble on that one.
I feel like there's some game-breaking mechanics in that game.
Yeah, it's tennis.
Well, but, like from what I've read,
the story's not good, but
I haven't even read that. I didn't expect the story to be good because you're playing as Mario. If I was my own tennis guy going through, working my way up to beating Mario, that's
Mario
the good
Golf?
story. Mario Golf and Mario Tennis on the Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
That was the exact storyline. I'm going to become the best golf/tennis player ever, and then one day I can beat Mario.
Yep. I love the voice too.
Thanks. That's what he sounded like on the Game Boy. You couldn't hear it because the sound wasn't up to par. But that's what he sounded.
Just like that, they recorded that.
Yeah.
So those are your top 3 then?
I don't know where to put Snake in Smash Brothers because that's such a weird
but that's what I said.
I'm more excited for that whole game than now.
For sure.
Like
For sure.
knowing Snake is in it is one piece.
Knowing every character's in it.
But everything.
How many?
I'm waiting for the next
60 something, 65,
68
or 64.
No, because if you actually look at the numbers next to them, you're forgetting the clone characters, whatever they're calling them now, are like Daisy is still whatever number Peach is, but with the number next to it. So there's 68, as far as 69 characters.
As far as game mechanics go, I think they're counting those.
They're counting them as
one.
1A,
1B.
So,
essentially, yes.
Yeah.
It's literally 13A, 13B, or whatever.
The character roster literally outdwarfs MVC2.
Yeah,
which was already nuts to begin with.
Yeah,
because I think that was like 60.
I think their next announcement is literally every stage is back.
That would be
might as well.
Like, at this point, yeah.
I would love those.
That's not even the hardest thing to do.
No,
compared to getting the rights back, like
to all those,
and to have Konami agree to have their Snake, with
David
Capcom's
Hayter.
Ryu,
with
Sonic Bayonetta, with Sonic, with
Pac-Man.
Mega Man, Pac-Man.
I know.
Like it's the wildest like mismatch.
It is that fighting game now. It is. It's that one that you can just go to and be like, it's no longer just a Nintendo franchise anymore. It's just
you can't complain like, oh, I love this character. Here you go.
Yeah.
Here you go.
And there is the option of more characters potentially being announced,
like as DLC kind of stuff.
Or I don't even think DLC at this point. I think it's
just
free.
add more.
They're just gonna add it
at this point. I think we're gonna get a couple more because he did say he's like adding all these characters back in is taking us time. So
from a programming aspect, you have to go Kirby. You have to go Snake, you have to go Snake because he's gonna have
he has to have
he has to have codec conversation for each character.
Person,
So
bringing Ice Climbers back into the modern engines and all of that stuff, like. There's enough work where he even said on that on the
don't expect
E3
too
thing,
much?
like don't expect a bunch of new characters because we're bringing so many characters back.
Because really the only new character is Ridley, right?
Ridley and the Inklings.
Those are the only two. Which Inklings look awesome.
They look so good. The ink color's different, so if everybody in 8-player Smash plays as Inklings, you get
different colors.
The
and the
entire
mechanic
map
is amazing.
Yeah, you actually have to dunk into the ink to like.
And it does more. Their attacks deal more damage. It's awesome. I love the fake Smash Ball.
Yeah, fake Smash Ball is a good addition.
Smash Ball?
So there's the real Smash Ball.
Yeah.
There's a fake one. If you break, so it's upside down.
It's reverse.
Okay. So if you break it, it just explodes and everybody flies.
That's awesome.
I think anyone in the
vicinity. Yeah. So everybody who's fighting over it, all of a sudden, if like that one person goes, wait a second. Yeah, like I'm gonna run over here as everyone keeps fighting over.
It's like the item block from Mario Kart.
Yes, I was gonna say the fake item block.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm thinking the next announcement, the big one's going to be all the stages.
That would be. I think I'd be a lot more excited for that.
That makes sense. Yeah. As far as new, like if they were going to slide another character in, I think they go Alucard or Dracula.
So like a Castlevania?
Yeah.
Castlevania
do some Castlevania stuff. You've already got Konami.
I think either I think they'll stick to one of their things, so Xenoblade either gets another representative from Xenoblade 2 or ARMS.
ARMS is
yeah.
I think ARMS is a good story.
But it's the funniest thing. They announced a Smash Bros. Game. One, it's coming out in December. Like December 7th, we get Smash Bros. And at the same time, people are back on that speculation train of like, so Goku? No. Like, do we finally get Goku?
I don't think
that's a good. It's a good guess. It's a good
But I don't see him as a video game representative.
Yeah. No, and the thing,
the Jump Force. Or whatever.
Yeah, Jump already. He's already in his own game along with Naruto
and that makes more sense. It's an anime fighting game. Because he's anime. He's not like everybody else in that game is a video.
The most anime character game, or the most anime characters in Smash Brothers right now are Cloud and Bayonetta.
Right.
The most anime
but
style.
still, Cloud is from, we know, Final Fantasy. We're not there was that movie with him in it.
Yeah. We don't count that.
Right. We don't sit there going, oh yeah, the Final Fantasy movie, that's where Cloud is from. No, he's from Final Fantasy VII. We know that. Yes. So.
But yeah, like now that the floodgates are open, like, and almost anything is possible.
And at this point, and again, DLC, because we know they'll do DLC. They did it for the Wii U, they did it for the 3DS. So the fact that after the game comes out, we can still get some extra characters. Mm-hmm. And I found the pricing pretty good on the DLC characters.
They're not that bad.
For the Wii U.
I thought, because you bought one and you got it for both the 3DS and the
You had the option to. You could do either one. So you could get it cheaper if you were just going to play on your Wii U. You could get it cheaper if you were just going to play on your 3DS, or you could get, like, you could bundle them together.
That's what I did. I think I bought Ryu just for the 3DS because I never really played it on the Wii U anymore.
Right, so then but this time it's obviously only for one system, so that'll change some things. But and a lot of them came with levels. Like Ryu came with, like, if you bought Ryu as a character, you also got the Street Fighter level.
Which, and same thing with Cloud's level too.
Yeah, so that's my thing. If they release DLC and they're like, you get a level and a character for,
it's totally worth it.
You know,
and
seven or
$8.
It's
more than just like a platform. It's actually got game mechanics to it.
There's pieces to it, but also at the same time you could turn on the Omega levels or whatever they were and turn them just into a battle stage.
Yeah. I don't know who else they add as far as characters go. Like
Ridley was a big get though because everybody online.
That was a weird one.
Forever he was like, he's too big. All right. We give up.
All right, here you go.
Have a Ridley.
Try him out.
The funniest thing is that if they do add all the levels, there is that level. There's a couple of Metroid levels where you have to beat up Ridley.
Yeah. Or he's in the background.
He's in the background, or he
can beat himself up.
Yeah.
Stop beating yourself.
I would like Chomp to be in the game.
Stop hitting yourself.
Just
like
to see
what. Wait, what?
Like Chomp, like
Chain Chomp.
Yeah, Chain Chomp.
I think he's already a trophy.
He would be an assist trophy.
Assist trophy.
Yeah.
I think Bomberman was the next question, but then putting him as an assist trophy.
And I feel like that was literally what moveset can you give Bomberman?
Throw bomb.
Throw bomb. Punch.
Kick a bomb.
Well, no, but like actual like
pick up person
B moves that Bomberman can do. That's an A move. He should.
You can throw different types of bombs.
Different types.
Maybe that's the shtick.
Like
again,
you have a regular bomb. You have
like a combo.
You have a circular bomb, a straight bomb, a bomb.
Like Pac-Man, they could kind of make work because he's done enough weird games where you're like.
Let's be honest, they pulled a lot in for Pac-Man.
But they did. But he's been in enough weird games where they're like, okay, we can add like a spring jump because.
Can I have a Bomberman Zero costume for my Bomberman assist trophy? I just want to acknowledge that game as trashy.
I love Bomberman, so like having him as a fighter would have been cool. I just don't see enough of a move set for him.
He would be more projectiles more than anything.
Yeah.
So I see him as like he's good in his assist trophy. I like it. He's still in it.
I don't know who else he had. Like
Crash Bandicoot.
That would be a giant.
That would be a really
that would be as big as Cloud because no one was expecting Cloud. Cloud has always
no
been
one was expecting
Sony.
Ryu either.
Yeah, and Ryu was nice, but everybody's like, "Oh, Ryu makes sense because Capcom, like, at least it's a fighting game. That's cool." All of a sudden, they're like, "And Cloud," and you're like, "But he's always been Sony's thing. Sony," and all of a sudden, Cloud, and you're going,
Sony Square Enix.
Wow. Yeah. But the relationship between Square Enix and Nintendo has been way better. So
yeah,
I want my Chrono Trigger characters.
And that would be cool. And that's again where all the speculation starts landing. Is they're like. So, like, could we get, Chrono from Chrono Trigger or Frog or Robo or...
Hell, I'll take Surge from Chrono Cross.
Sure, but that's,
Get some representation.
Because Chrono Trigger gets released how many different times? Like, all over the place. So it's not like people don't know
I'm surprised it's not on the Switch yet.
I'm surprised, too.
I'd buy it, actually.
Really? You?
Weirdly enough. I'm just saying, it's a pretty good RPG. Coming up to my annual playthrough, so...
The big combo would be Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross combo on the Switch.
Take my money.
Yeah,
take my money.
Call me, Nintendo. I've got marketing handled completely.
Just with Tony.
Tony, we could get you lots of money with this guy.
Legitimately, if they used us as the basis of what games they were releasing, they'd make fortunes.
Yes.
Because there's not often something
Snowboard Kids.
Yeah.
Snowboard Kids, yeah.
Like
as a character, as assist trophy, Snowboard Kids.
Yeah. I think that was my one thing. Star Fox obviously being in Starlink.
That was a weird. They talked about it last year.
They talked about Starlink last year.
But
Fox was the new.
So what is that? Is that like a Toys to Life thing?
So you can either choose Toys to Life, or you can download the characters digitally and not have to worry about having. Okay. So you can either get an R-Wing, essentially amiibo, and the shtick to the amiibos is without going to a pause menu, you can, or not the amiibo, but the Starlink character, is you can then attach weapons to the ships.
Like Skylanders.
Essentially, it's Skylanders, but with ships. So they showed it off on Treehouse, and like they were flying the R-Wing, and the R-Wing by itself comes with the dual lasers and barrel rolls and all of the stuff that Fox can normally do.
Yeah.
But you can actually take like the magma cannon or whatever it is and clip it to the wing of the R-Wing, and that wing no longer shoots a laser, but like a giant fireball.
Okay.
Ooh, interesting.
I know, right?
So that's kind of the shtick. Or you can just download all of that stuff digitally. Or buy it digitally, essentially, and go like, hey, these are the ships I want, these are the augments I want, and then you can go into like a start menu and go, okay.
So it's basically the perfect balance of Toys to Life to games.
It is. So if you want the quick switch, you can have the quick like, and of course the models if they're well done.
You get the models, yeah.
Because again, an R-Wing would be kind of cool to have. That's how they sold Miyamoto on letting them use Star Fox. Is they 3D printed the R-Wing. Like this is what it'll like. This is the toy. This is what it's going to look like in the game.
And they never made an R-Wing amiibo.
Yeah, so that's the shtick is now we get this thing, and he's like, yeah, like I get it like you are with you.
I do feel like that Ubisoft presentation was a little bit forced with Miyamoto in the front stage.
But they're doing that every year now. That's like Miyamoto doesn't even show up at the Nintendo one anymore. They're just like, Ubisoft, just bring Miyamoto up on stage like every time.
You can see like Miyamoto's face. He's just like,
this is what I do now. Yep, this is my job. When can I retire?
When does Mario die? No.
Never.
I tried making that Mario Maker game so I wouldn't have to make any more Mario games.
Everyone would just make their own?
Yeah. But yeah, like
I thought...
Star Fox.
And honestly, it looks more like a Star Fox game at this point than any other kind of game.
It does.
And let's be... So I guess the Star Fox kart racing game never came to fruition then.
No.
That's the big question mark.
Good.
I'm okay with that.
I want to see what that would have been.
I would rather them add stuff or come up with another Mario Kart. Again, like, so Super Mario Party's actually, when they talked about it, the reboot to the Mario Party franchise.
Yeah.
Because they've gone so far down the wrong path.
Really?
Yeah, that's why it's Super Mario Party. We're not doing anything. And again...
8 players, 50 turns. Go.
I feel like Super Mario Party allows them to add DLC maps and not have to worry about, Super Mario Party 2, Super Mario Party 3.
That'll probably happen.
It'll happen, but you can survive off Super Mario Party for the next
quite a while.
3 or 4 years by releasing DLC.
Yeah. With new boards.
With new boards and new people, new this, new that. And I think that's where they have to go with Mario Kart. Because even if Mario Kart, the DLC, we got the F-Zero levels that felt like F-Zero.
Yeah.
Like, they were F-Zero enough for me to be like, yep, I'm
And you had anti-grav in that.
And the anti-grav is there. So I think, honestly, that's where Nintendo looks like they're going with a lot of their games. Is like, we're rebranding, restarting a bunch of these things so we can just add to them.
Star Fox.
And Star Fox being in Starlink.
Star Fox World Tour.
Yeah.
Star Fox
World Tour.
Universe Tour. Star Fox Galaxy Tour.
Star Fox is just in the next song.
He's just
no Sonic. So yeah, like Resident Evil 2, like for me, it was super cool. Yeah. I was did not see that coming.
I'm pretty excited for that Super Mario Party.
Me too.
Is it in your top 3?
Yeah.
Honestly,
what else is in your top 3?
Well, sorry, is Tony?
Honestly, like
Death Stranding, I know is big for you.
It's big, but like I can't place it because I don't know what about it. Every time they show more of it, I have more questions.
The babies detect the ghost.
Of course, things. Yes. And then that's when the Guillermo del Toro comes in, and Kojima scans himself into the game, and he's in the game as a character.
That'd be pretty cool.
It's not the first time he's done it. Death Stranding is just a weird mystery for me. Like, I can't place it yet because I just don't know what it is.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like, on one hand, I really, really want it, but on the other hand, it's like, The fuck is this shit?
That's what he wants you thinking.
Yeah.
What is this?
Spider-Man really makes me want to buy a PlayStation.
Oh, that was
You should.
That was a really,
I know.
You really should.
That had a really good presentation. That was a really good showing.
Spider-Man's
was perfect.
That was exactly what I thought. Like it's like Sinister Six is happening, guys. Sinister Six is
essentially a version of the Sinister Six is happening. You get some really good combat. You get the web swinging, and someone actually
looks
did.
dynamic.
It looks great.
Well, someone
it
did.
Looks fantastic.
Because obviously game show floor footage. So someone took Spider-Man 2, which was the pinnacle of web swinging, and they compared it to the new one, and it's pretty much dead on, except they've now increased the amount of junk Spider-Man does in between. So yeah, he does a couple flips, and the transitions between you swinging, but again, you swing from buildings instead of just blimps in the sky. That show off. I know.
I really want to get
there. You're getting there.
Yeah.
I don't think that PS4 bundle's happening.
Challenge accepted.
If it does, they'll sell it to two people.
They're waiting on this blue one to sell first before they announce. I think the next.
Because that's over now, isn't it?
No, you can still find
it. I saw it at Walmart. There's like 5 or 6 of them.
Because I looked on Best Buy the other day, going like, oh man, like maybe I should just jump in. Because I mean, I could play God of War while I'm waiting, and
Horizon.
Yes, you could. Like there's enough games coming out that
join me in Dying Light.
Well, I got you. Well, join you in Dying Light on the PC. But I'll watch you die over and over again because you don't know how to play a first-person shooter on the computer.
Can I plug my controller in?
I think so.
Yeah, you could.
That might be good.
Do you have a Steam controller? Do you want a Steam controller?
No, but your PlayStation controller.
Oh yeah, your PlayStation.
The PS4 is actually a really
good controller.
Compatible with the PC, surprisingly.
PlayStation 3 works pretty well too. But Spider-Man.
Spider-Man had a really good presentation.
It had a really good presentation.
Outstanding presentation.
Yeah. I think I was watching it when I was online with you or something.
Let's take a moment to realize how different Sony's E3 presentation was this year. It was wonky. Wildly different.
So weird. I didn't like the transition.
Did not like it at all.
I still think Nintendo has nailed down.
Yeah, Nintendo is fine. Square Enix is following them. That's fine.
I still think that's the way to do it because we got some technical errors in some other ones, and it's like because someone was asking me at work, going like, "Well, Nintendo just does like a video," and I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "So there's no big like presentation."
Oh no, that is it.
And I'm like, no, that's it.
That's it.
Instead of showing something off and going, oh no, it's not working, and the tech we're trying to show,
work.
They know exactly what they're showing off. They can film it 600 times if they need Reggie to say the exact right. Not that Reggie ever screws up, but
he doesn't right the first time.
They know exactly how
everyone goes from there.
Yeah, they know that it's going to be an hour, and then the fun stuff is their treehouse stuff, where you legitimately watch people play live while they're talking about stuff. Because that's where I got, like now
that's where I found out the Pokemon stuff. Let's go Pokemon stuff.
And then same thing with Mario Party. I'm like, there's a half hour with people playing Mario Party. Is this back to being Mario Party? So you watch them, and they're legitimately on a board, rolling dice, moving towards a star, buying stars, playing mini games in between each and every flip and turn. And I'm like, it's Mario Party.
Watching the Pokemon Let's Go stuff was really, really interesting because they showed off a lot more of what that will be. So it's like, yes, Pokemon from Pokemon Go will transfer.
Have you pre-ordered yet?
I did already.
With the ball?
I got the ball and the thing separately though. Because I ordered it from Amazon for like $50.
Yeah.
And then I just pre-ordered it at Best Buy for the Pokeball.
Because I know EB Games had
the bundle, but like it ended up being cheaper.
Yeah.
I think.
Whichever way you ended up, yeah. Mm-hmm. They're literally just packaging them together.
Yeah.
I just wondered if you had gotten your Pokeball.
The ball was the big one.
The ball is the big one because the game you can get digitally if it runs out somewhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think you still can pre-order at Best Buy, but Amazon ran out real fast.
Yeah. You can still get them on EB Games if you're in Canada. I looked the other day.
I'm not worried.
Like the combo pack.
Oh yeah,
the combo pack and all that.
But the single one alone, because you can use that as a Go Plus as well.
Yep.
For Pokemon Go, which is really
that
cool.
was my thought
smart.
process. Yeah. Except for whatever reason, Google on my phone hadn't remembered my payment information. It's or it doesn't work on EB Games' website. Because usually I just hit the button for Google Pay and it's like, here's all your information. Just make sure you put in your secret code on the back of your card. And I'm like, okay. So I went to do that late at night the other night because the heat kept me up. So I'm like, I'll just... And then my wallet was in the other room and I'm like... Too far.
Too much.
I was clearly not meant to have this bundle.
It's still available, so if you really do want it. Yeah, no, that Pokemon Let's Go stuff was really, really interesting.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
It's wildly different than most Pokemon games. And I think I'm okay with that. knowing that it's not a mainline game.
Yeah, and that's the biggest piece.
First and foremost, not being a mainline game, they can get away with a lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
So, yes, you don't fight wild Pokemon anymore, which is so cool.
But you can still get into Poke Battles. And
stuff. Yes, you still get into Poke Battles, but the thing is, like, when you catch a Pokemon in the wild, it's the Go mechanic.
Yeah.
But as soon as you catch one, the level increases on all your other Pokemon, and that's how you get the experience. So that it's like you catch a Pokemon and experience all.
It's a really good Pokemon Go companion game.
It really is, and
that's how they're selling it. It's not like they're trying to trick anybody into going like, "This is the new Pokemon." Yeah. They're legitimately like, "There's the one you all really want." Is coming out next year.
And this one, and they're very specific. You can only do Kanto Pokemon in this game. Yeah. Even with Pokemon Go going into new generations, only the Kanto Pokemon can be transferred in.
Yeah.
Which I'll have my army of shiny Dratini's.
So and then I'll have my Eevee on my head or whatever, and Squirtle following behind me. And the game is done. I'm good. Like, I don't need to play anymore. I can just run around the opening town with a Squirtle behind me and an Eevee on my head and be like, "Look at me go!"
Done. $70 and done.
$70 well spent. Life complete.
And then showed off how the companion stuff works with the back Pokemon.
Yeah.
If it's obviously if it's a Squirtle or a Charmander, they just follow you. But if it happens to be
big enough,
if it's big enough, it's an Onix.
You
ride it. You ride the Onix,
which I think is a great.
Yes. And then obviously with Charizard, you ride the Charizard, which begs the question. What does it look like with a Lapras on ground?
And I feel like really, if they take that mechanic and bring it into the mainline Pokemon game that's coming out next year,
this is happening.
This is a big experiment going like, we'll
do it for 151.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens
for catching Pokemon. We'll put the go thing in that makes it different. But we can test out a bunch of mechanics within this game.
This is the first time in the Pokemon Go series where they've had specific candies to raise stats. Because in the Pokemon regular games, you have your attack, special attack, and all those things. But there's never been a really clear defined way to improve those stats. You've had like the zinc and protein and stuff like that. That stuff works normally.
Yeah.
But now you actually get specific candies that you get from catching Pokemon.
Yeah. No, it'll be
to do that. It's weird and it's different and it looks amazing.
And like you said, as long as like people know it's not the mainline game, I think that helps.
It helps,
sell it, because that is when I first saw it, I'm like, this is what we're getting.
No, this is a weird direction.
I don't like this direction we're headed in, and all of a sudden they.
Yes, 2019.
Like, 2019, the main game is coming out, and I'm like, oh,
like that's
this is a for funsy game.
It's nice that they
it is in between. It is an in between game,
and it makes me feel way better that this is a for funsy game that I can go around doing some cool stuff with.
Because I can't imagine what the competitive sequence or scene would be like if this was the real game.
Sure,
it would have been.
It would change it.
It would be literally night and day.
Sure,
like people would riot.
I might actually have a chant.
Yeah, with your Squirtle.
Mm-hmm. And Eevee. Sir, you're entering this tournament. You only have 2 Pokemon. Yes.
Yes, I know.
Problem.
It's like, well, you can have up to 6. Don't need.
Can I get 2 more of these ones?
Can I just have 3 of each of these?
No, I only really want 1 Eevee. And then
6,
the Squirtle
squad. 3
Squirtle. Oh, yes.
Eevee on the head and shoulders.
But you
and ride a bunch of Squirtles.
You can only cosmetically
change
alter Eevee and Pikachu.
Yes, and that makes sense. I can't see them making 150 costumes.
For 150 different, yeah.
Like, if you look at...
I want my Mewtwo with sunglasses with little spirals on it.
But could you imagine you got to put those sunglasses on Squirtles?
No.
You know what? And honestly, if they did anything and they released, like, in Pokemon Go, the one, like, Pikachu with the hat, and I could...
I'm interested to see how that transfers into Let's Go.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've got a ton of those hat Pikachus.
Well, because that's the thing is, like, that's how they could start doing special costumes for other Pokemon was catch them in Pokemon Go, transfer them over. So, like, if the Squirtle event happened to have the sunglasses,
the iconic sunglasses,
the sunglasses, and you caught that, transferred it in, and all of a sudden your Squirtle following you also had sunglasses, I'd be like, because that gives me more of a reason to also play Pokemon.
That's true.
Go.
Right, you need to catch a couple of those.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't want to transfer it out and not have one on my phone. How am I going to show it off?
How are you going to set it as your buddy?
Yeah. Come on. I got to have it on my buddy out here and there. And in the Pokeball.
Gotta have 3 of them.
You must come everywhere with me.
You guys didn't buy 6 of those already? Damn it. You guys didn't pre-order 6
They're all
of them?
hanging on.
Yeah, with a nice custom-made belt.
Do you not already have that?
That's just me. Catch up.
So either way, like Spider-Man,
Spider-Man,
Super Mario Party.
Party.
I'm really excited for.
That's gonna be cool.
Just because it's back to the original, I think.
It's very much back to the original, where again, instead of like grinding your hand, there is one game where you're on tricycles and you have to.
The one
with this, you're doing this to pedal up the tricycle.
I gotta laugh. I follow the Giant Bomb guys, and they have a video series called the Mario Party.
Yeah,
and it's literally them playing all the Mario Party numbered parties, 50 turns each. And only one of the 4 people really, really likes Mario Party. And then watching them watch that Nintendo stream, the one guy's like, yeah! And the other guys are like...
But it's back to form. And even the lady on Treehouse said they're rebooting Mario Party.
And I think this is the reboot. Good time.
It is. It needs to be, because the last couple games... Like, my wife is big into Mario Party.
Yeah, I think a lot.
We do, like... I showed her the trailer for this one, and she's back to, can we get this one? Because the last time we got a Mario Party game, we played it
was
once,
super disappointing.
And she's like, this is not Mario Party, this is junk, good day. And I'm like, all right, there was $60 well spent. So yeah.
Mario Party.
Fallout 76 I was pretty excited for.
I need to see more about what that game
I do want to see more,
but because it looks like just
a beta.
Yeah, if I'm on Xbox One.
I want...
No, I'm pretty sure PlayStation
yeah, after the fact.
I want a good single player, which they've said you can play the game solo. I don't want to have to be online, like we did talk about that last
I think
week.
You do need to be online.
I think you do have to be.
Only because if I'm building a base, I don't need it absolutely decimated by someone's nuke.
Trolling you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we've heard that problem on other games.
But it sounds like the nukes are complicated, though.
They're hard to get and easy to avoid, they've now said.
Yeah.
Easy to avoid.
Yes.
So
I pick up my houses and move them.
I don't know, or if you can build like
I suspect that
anti-air or something.
Like a shield.
Yeah. I suspect that little that portafort or whatever. Not portafort.
It's a portafort.
It's a portafort. You basically put it in the center and you build your house around it, and then you hit the button
and everything
just into it. That's what I think will happen. Because how do you balance an online game like that when you're
you don't, because we've looked at joining certain survival games that are always online.
Where you build a base.
Because we do enjoy doing that. And I think it was Conan that we looked at, or maybe not Conan, but one of those games. And it was essentially, there's established tribes made by people.
Yeah.
And if you are not in one of those tribes...
You get decimated.
You get, like, as two of us going, like, we just want to build a little house where the two of us can live and live a happy life together as, like, husband and husband. And you die, and they're like, join us, or you die. And you're like, guys, we just want a beach house. Like, really, we'll never go to war with you. It's just the two of us.
That is a...
I really do think, I think that's how that's going to work.
And I think that's... Or even if I can just play online with you guys.
But I don't know how online
private server type thing.
Yeah,
right.
Because
so I don't know how
they did say dedicated servers are going to be a thing. Right?
So that's my thing. Is like I've seen how online with everybody can work in certain games.
Yeah.
And as soon as you get that one dickhead, you get 1,000.
The one griefer. Yeah.
Or again, it ends up like EVE Online. Again, a game where if you start now, you're done.
You're never gonna make it.
Look at me, I'm out of the tutorial, and all of a sudden a fleet of starships is in front of you, and you're just like, hey guys! And you're like, this game is fun.
Welcome to games.
Yeah. So that's all I need in Fallout is to be a year late coming into the game, and all of a sudden
I
come up and there's like a megalith of a city built by these people,
That's
and you're
true.
like...
Yeah, so hopefully once the beta comes out,
we'll know more
about how the online stuff.
Because again, I like playing online with you guys. That's why we bought Dying Light. Like that was the shtick.
I like Fallout,
and I love Fallout. A base building game in the Fallout universe where we can play together and actually accomplish things. It's like
I had a good time with the base building stuff in Fallout 4 too.
Sure, in Fallout 4 I had a lovely time doing all that stuff, and honestly, at this point,
I couldn't make a corner for the life of me.
But I'm the one running around shooting.
Oh no! So I built one base, and I'm like, you have people in it, and then I built my own house on top of the gas station.
Yeah.
So that was my giant like lookout tower that you could see from miles and miles away, and it's like, who lives here? I do. It collected my bobbleheads and all my other stuff, and just went up as high as I could. And it's like, you're out of room to build, and I'm like, fine. But honestly,
now you don't have that limit because everywhere is buildable.
Yeah. Oh, and that's the big piece. And I think honestly, for that game, if we do end up getting PlayStation 4s, that's the
way to go.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, only because I know someone who's only going to get it for their PlayStation.
PC, Let's be honest. It would only run on their PlayStation, unless he upgrades.
Right. So
unless he upgrades his console.
That's true,
it's
too.
like if we do end up with PS4s
bad.
by the time Fallout comes out, I think that's the
well, Spider-Man comes out before it.
I know.
So,
but can I afford it?
Yeah, that's the...
You can, and
Start
you
saving.
will.
Start saving.
I made that jump.
Early birthday presents.
Yeah.
Or Christmas presents, whichever one you want to go
I'll
with.
just keep saving all the money that people are giving me. Like, this is PS4.
And then just one day it shows up in the house, and you're like, I don't know what that box is.
Credit card bill says later. Credit card bill later.
Instead of a swear jar, PS4 jar.
Yeah. Every time you say something inappropriate, you put money. Anytime you say anything.
Anytime I mention Spider-Man or PS4, I need to put something in there. And be like, yes, I do want this game. Yes, I do want this game.
Okay, last big thing from E3, and then we'll move on to our... No, it's good.
I'm done.
Oh, so Mario Party and Spider-Man?
And Fallout.
Yeah, you said Fallout.
Sorry, and Fallout. So. Cool.
Cool.
On to what we've been doing.
Yes. I'll go.
All right.
Okay.
I watched Incredibles 2 last week.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good movie.
No
It takes
spoilers.
place right after
It takes place about
right?
5 seconds after the first movie.
Ooh.
And literally picks up from like, what are our superheroes? Why are they illegal? Let's try to make them legal again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the sort of the stick of whatever that character's name is. The guy from Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul.
I can't remember.
Saul.
I don't remember his actor's name.
Saul.
Is that his name?
No.
Well, then I don't know his
Saul.
actor's name. Sure. It's basically that character going like, yes, let's try to make superheroes legal again. We're going to put Elastigirl up in the front, have her be the marketing piece behind all of it. And it really is basically a family movie with a superhero movie on top of it.
Yeah.
And in this day and age of all these big name Avengers movies, DC movies, hero movies, it's nice to see like a family superhero movie. That's not Fantastic Four.
Well, so we know which
They're Fantastic Four at a movie?
Yeah, we know once the
Brad
Fox
Bird.
Disney deal is done, who they have to get as director for the Fantastic Four movie.
Because he can make a damn good family movie on top of superhero movie.
Yeah.
But man, that's a good movie. It looks good too. They spent their time with it. Everything.
14 years, yeah.
14 years later, so we're gonna get another one in 14 years.
Well, and tech is obviously advanced enough too, where
like watching the first movie, it doesn't hold up. Technically, it doesn't hold up. Story's still fine. It's not an issue. But yeah, and the fact that all the actors are back except for the one kid who went through, he went through puberty, so they had to recast him. No surprise.
Yeah.
But everyone was back on board, and everyone sounds amazing. Like they wanted to do this movie. You can tell.
And they did a good job.
Oh yeah, it's Samuel L. Jackson has a bigger role, in this
which is
movie.
good. Frozone.
That's good.
Frozone he is surprisingly one of my favorite characters. Edna Mole.
Yeah.
She has a huge presence in this movie, like a bigger one than I thought I expected.
Yep.
There's a sequence where Bob needs to basically have a night to his own because he can't take care of 3 kids because he's never done that before.
Well, and if it also helps, Jack seems to be fairly volatile.
He's got a few issues.
Yep.
And so there's a sequence with Edna Mole where it kind of ties in with that ride where she is literally
she's babysitting.
She's babysitting Jack.
Yeah.
And the
it goes wrong.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. There's sequences that happen in between.
The baby is fine. The baby is fine. No, the baby is gone.
Yeah, that's very similar to that. And Jack honestly steals the movie.
Which is good because he wasn't in the first one.
Yeah, he wasn't
wasn't.
in the first one. And for a character that literally has no dialogue, it's really fun to watch this baby toy around with these powers. Oh, also, the dad he can't be a dad.
Well, yeah.
He's never been a stay-at-home dad.
Oh no.
We saw that in the commercials.
And
yeah, it's very much that. It's that plus more. Way more.
Math doesn't change.
Math does change.
I still love that.
No, it doesn't.
2 plus 2 is always
4. 4 or 5.
But there's many different ways to show you how to get to 4.
2 plus 2 is 5.
Doubles.
What is this witchcraft?
Doubles.
Oh, I know. There's skip counting, or you can count on a number line, or you can do... but math is still math. 2 plus 2 will always equal 4.
My 9 times table is still 9 times 2. 9 times 3.
Yep.
9 times 4.
Yep. I just straight memorized that.
Me too. Every time.
I just straight memorized that.
Also, your 9 times tables, the numbers just reverse the entire way.
Yeah. That's why this works.
Yes, that's why this works.
If I was gonna give the movie any weak points, I would say it's the villain.
Yep.
The villain,
Okay.
you saw a little bit in the trailers with the screenslaver.
Yep.
That is the main villain. I feel like they didn't get enough time to develop that character
Okay.
all the way through. And there was like a very visible, like, oh, this is going to be the plot twist. This is what's going to happen. Like you can see it happening a mile away with that villain, and it's weird. It's weird to see that, and it's way too predictable. Honestly, but other than that, like it
is a kids movie though,
it
so like you
movie.
gotta
There's a bit of balancing there. So, but it looks good. It is awesome. Like the script is great. Brad Bird really took his time. Like obviously,
Bird.
14 years.
14 years.
14 years.
and that might not have been all of Brad Bird either. That's
I think realistically, probably it was a 10-year wait more than anything, because he was busy with Tomorrowland at some point.
There was other pieces.
He was doing other,
and all the other actors were all busy too. So,
but we might get something now because there's a new person in charge of Pixar. We did forget to talk about that.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk.
The guy who was pretty much the next in line for Pixar is now in charge of Pixar, and the lady who directed Frozen and wrote Frozen and Wreck-It Ralph is now in charge of Disney's animated stuff because John Lasseter had to leave due to touching people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not good things.
Not good thing. Uncomfortable touching, I think, is what they called it.
Uncomfortable bubbles space.
He started off as it was
Bubble
uncomfortable.
popping.
Unwanted hugs was what it started as, and it's now progressed to unwanted or uncomfortable touching.
And of course he does.
So you're sitting there going, but that means no more Cars movies if that, because he was the one behind Cars. So the new guy was
in planes, right?
Yeah, but
Cars
the new
and
guy
planes,
was in charge of Up and Inside Out, like all the newer Pixar movies. He was the director and writer behind them.
So where's Lasseter going now that he's just
fired?
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not being transferred or
Bubble
anything.
popping.
No, he's done
For bubble popping.
That's weird to
for
hear.
uncomfortable.
That's weird
Bubbles
to hear.
popping.
He's been there for...
Never.
It's the start, almost.
He's been there since Pixar started, and then when it
with Steve Jobs, right?
and the big piece was when Disney Animation started getting good again. That was all him, and you're just like, why did you have to touch people uncomfortably? It's not hard not to do that. Well, but Netflix had to lay down laws too.
Yeah.
Just as an aside, you can no longer stare at someone for more than 5 seconds at Netflix. See what we've now done?
It's uncomfortable staring.
It could be considered ogling.
Keep
It could be considered ogling.
I'm comfortable with
Also,
that.
you're allowed to ask someone out.
What if you're having a conversation
once.
with them?
I believe that's okay, because that's what I'm sitting there going like, what if you're talking to someone? Because usually when you talk to someone, you make eye contact every 5
2, 3.
Well, yeah.
Someone at Netflix has like got a timer walking around.
There's someone in HR just like, it's like a junior high dance where the teachers are watching, going like, putting a basketball in between you, sort of thing. Or if you went to Catholic school, keep God in between.
Yeah.
Yes.
Leave room for God.
Jesus,
Yeah,
or...
leave room for Jesus.
No.
Jesus was a skinny guy. It's all good. He didn't eat a lot.
All he did was bread and wine. Come on.
He couldn't have been that big.
So yeah, Incredibles 2.
So hopefully you get an Incredibles 3 faster than the last one because there are new people in charge.
I would rather more Incredibles shorts.
Or that.
I would be more okay with that.
And I think that's where a lot of the Disney stuff is going, or the Pixar stuff.
Because
like
even
Toy Story got
the
worse.
Frozen one, right?
Yeah.
Had a summer short.
That wasn't a short. That was a.
We don't talk about the actual contents of that.
Short is all relative.
We don't talk about the content.
It's shorter than a motion picture.
I was one of the exclusive people that got to see that from theater.
In a theater.
So I had to subject myself to that.
Yeah.
So
You're one of a kind.
You enjoyed every minute.
Well, the funniest part was
you and I remember enjoying movies differently.
when we talked about that. It was hilarious because he saw it in theaters. We saw it as a
TV.
special on TV. Going, that was a great special for TV. Like that fits perfectly on TV for like a half-hour Disney something. And he's going, "What is this junk in front of Coco?"
I just want to see Coco.
The worst
Came
part
here to see a dog and a boy do something with
The worst part about Coco was the first 30 minutes of this entire thing.
with Anna and Elsa. Wait, Anna and Elsa are in Coco? They bloody well should have been.
It might as well have been.
Yeah.
They had more screen time.
They had more
like some
screen time than
actual
some of the
characters.
characters in Coco.
So yeah, I've been playing that. I touched on a little bit of Fallout Shelter on the Switch.
Yep. It's Fallout Shelter.
I don't like it on the Switch.
No?
I don't like the controls.
It's really different with the controls.
Yeah. You can't use the D-pad. It's you can use the D-pad.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. You can use the D-pad for upgrading and
but like to move the
screen.
Can you touch?
Yes, you can still touch, but at that point you might as well just
play it on your
phone. Like that's my same problem with Pokemon Quest.
I'm not very far into that.
And that was my shtick. Was when they announced that one, I'm like, I had it on my phone. I got it certain ways, and I got bored. Well, it only goes so far.
Yeah,
they are suing WB Entertainment, by the way, because
Westworld thing, right?
Because Westworld has the exact same game, and on top of that, everybody's like, you can't just sue because the game's the same, and they're like, no, they have the exact same bugs in their game that our game does.
Someone has
someone stole some code.
Yeah. When you have the exact same bugs.
And that's honestly, that's the only time where Bethesda, as a company, was like, it's a good thing our game has bugs in it, because... Gotcha.
Yeah, they joked about that a lot.
That's why they do it.
That's why they leave some bugs in.
Yeah.
They'll know if someone's
I like that they make fun of themselves, the self-deprecating humor at the presentation. It's like, if there's one thing our games are known for, it's their bugs.
Yeah. But that saved them. Like, honestly, there's this whole new mobile game out that is it is their game.
It is.
With a new coat of paint on top, and they know it's their game because of those bugs.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see how that goes.
Like a fingerprint.
WB's screwed. There's no way they can be like, how did that accidentally happen in the exact way, same way.
They'll probably get one scapegoat, say it was his or her fault.
Yeah, so
fired.
Susie is hooped.
Yeah, but that's not the right way to do it.
No, it's not.
Susie's gonna get fired, but WB's also gonna lose money.
Yeah.
Yep. Like they're gonna lose their loss. But either way, so Fallout Shelter.
Touched a little bit of that. I don't like it.
I did. I need something to do in between my stuff being regenerated.
So you're switching between Pokemon Quest and Fallout. 2 mobile games on your Switch.
That is kind of vicious. That cycle is pretty vicious.
But that's what my wife does on her phone. If you think about it, like she switches between Candy Crush, Disney Emoji. Well, it's like she switches because by the time you make the rounds, all your stuff's recharged.
So what you're saying is one giant conspiracy theory.
There is not much.
All the mobile games are actually just one person.
One person.
Yeah.
One person making
on that game.
There really isn't.
I'm glad it was free.
As soon as what are those monsters start attacking, the bigger ones? Death Eaters?
I haven't had a monster attack. I'm just watching my people.
Wish for them.
Oh, those are bad.
I was watching my people do things.
It takes about 2 or 3 attacks before you really get a good defense on those guys.
Yeah. Then you figure your crap out and make sure that, like, you
got the right
ammo. You have the right guy with the right gun in that entrance.
Couple guys.
Yeah.
None of my people have.
And they have the right med packs. And
you're gonna have fun when they come.
Death Eaters.
You'll probably get some guns.
There's roaches. That's about it.
No, you're
roaches.
Roaches. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's cute. And then you lose that one guy who is like your hero of guys.
Yeah, and it costs
Death Eater
like
comes by and he's dead, and you're like, oh man.
I have 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah. Oh no, but you lose one, and all of a sudden it costs a fortune to bring him back to life, and you're like,
a lot of caps.
Can you just let him die?
You could.
Then you lose that guy.
Lose that
pretty
guy.
good.
And it's not that he's an epic guy. It's you've spent ages leveling up a character and giving him the best equipment to make sure he's like your front guard against, and all of a sudden Death Eater comes in and is just like
wipes him out.
And you're like, well, my base is screwed.
Yeah, because
that's where you start over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Game over.
I have a new vault.
So, been playing that. It's okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I picked up a new game.
Yes.
Yokos Island Adventure.
This one threw me off when I saw it on Reddit because I thought it was Yoshi's Island Adventure.
It's wildly different.
I started watching the trailer and I'm like, where's Yoshi?
It is not Yoshi's Wild. It is called Yokos Island Adventure.
Yes.
And this game, it's super cool. It's like a pinball adventure game. And so essentially what you are is a beetle. Mm-hmm. It's like you're a messenger beetle that's been assigned to this island, and you're supposed to be delivering stuff back and forth. Well, the main control is you can go left and right, but there's no jump because there's ping pong paddles. Not ping pong paddles, bumpers.
Bumpers. Yeah, that's right.
Arcade, pinball bumpers. Yeah. And so you have your left and your right, and you use those to traverse through the island. And you have different areas where you have puzzles where you need to, you hit the certain spot a couple times to open up the next spot to get through. And so it's basically a giant adventure game.
How expensive a game is this one?
Like $15.
That's pretty good then.
That's good. It's like $15, I think. $15-20, I think.
On your Switch?
Yeah. It's on Switch, it's on PS4, it's on
I'm just
PC.
wondering what you got it on.
It's on everything.
Do you just use the L and R?
You can use you use the analog stick to move left and right still.
Okay.
So you can still use that to sort of tweak your positioning on the paddles before you launch yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been playing a couple of hours of that, and it is super fun. If I were to really nail down the art style, I almost get a Banjo-Kazooie vibe from it.
Oh, okay.
It's got that
I did watch the trailer for this thing before, and then I'm like,
it's got.
And then I went halfway through Yoshi's got to show up at some point.
Did you read the title wrong?
I did. Well, no, because someone during E3 posted on the Nintendo subreddit
where's Yoshi?
Blah blah blah. No, Yokos Island.
Yeah, Yoko.
But if you're just going through it quickly, you see the word island and then the word starting with
Y,
and you're like, they finally started the Y-O on top of that. You're like, oh, this is the Yoshi game they were talking about last year.
Which is supposed to come out in 2019.
Yeah, it's 2019, which is fine.
Yeah.
But this was during E3 when they're making announcements. So I'm like, oh, it's Yoshi's Island. Click, and I'm like, oh, this is interesting.
Right.
Where's Yoshi?
Where's Yoshi? And then I finally skip to the end, and then I look at the title, and it was funny because in the subreddit someone's like, I made the mistake of thinking this was Yoshi's Island, and a bunch of people are like, yep.
But it's a great freaking game, though.
Which is awesome. And it looked good. I
good.
I just more had to take a second going, where's Yoshi? It is not Yoshi.
It's the Team 17.
Team
17 guys. And so, yeah.
I like Team 17.
Yeah. And so you're using these pinballs to launch yourself through the world. You're picking up... I think that's fruit pieces or something like that.
Okay.
Like Yoshi.
I think it's a Yoshi game.
Very much like a Yoshi's game. And it's you get into those really infuriating spots where it's you need to have that one pinpoint accuracy to get up. And of course it's pinball, so you can never get it right the first try or the second try. Or the 10th try, or the 50th try. But once you get it there, it's incredibly super satisfying.
Okay.
So you can use your left and right to move around.
Yeah.
But you can see in the world there's two paddles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
To basically control the upwards and downwards.
This is a great indie machine game.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, Yokos Island Adventure is a really surprisingly good game.
Those $15 to $10 games on the Switch that take up almost no room. It's this is.
You just have a great library of games.
And you end up with a.
And you know what the crazy part is? I played another game this week that I will probably rebuy on the Switch when it comes out. So, but yeah, go play it. You guys can play it around with mine if you want to get a feel for it. But it's highly recommended. It's got a mixture of Rayman and Banjo-Kazooie. It's cool. It's super good.
Cool.
And then I played Slay the Spire.
Nice. That's what you were talking about.
I was messaging you guys about that.
One of my coworkers actually was he talked about it too because it's on sale on Steam.
It is on sale on Steam right now because everything is on
summer sale.
Yes. So essentially, it is a roguelike game, except instead of being an action game, it's a deck building game. So you guys have played those ones with DC and stuff like that.
Yeah, you collect
this is very much like that in that vein, where you're one hero, you've got your attack button, your attack cards, you've got your defense cards, and you have limited amount of energy per turn to kill the enemy.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what this is. It's a towered roguelike going upwards, and you try as far as you can. The more times you go through the game, the more unlocks you can unlock for possible future runs.
Right.
So right now I'm really playing. I think it's the warrior class. They call it the warrior class. It's weird, but it's awesome.
Yeah, my coworker.
I really want it on the Switch.
Yeah, and my coworker even said he's it took him about 6 tries to get through on the warrior guy, and then he switched to the next character, and he's it only took me 2 tries with that one because you start understanding the mechanics of that.
And I think there's only 3 characters.
There are right now.
Right now. Yeah. And so you've got your warrior, you've got the assassin, and you've got I think it's a mage, but it's an automaton mage or something like that. He's a robot kind of
robot wizard,
a robot lightning wizard more so than anything.
Sweet.
And so each character has their own unique traits. So for example, for the warrior, after each battle you heal X amount of damage.
Yeah.
After each fight, for the wizard or not a wizard, the assassin, you actually draw an extra 2 cards. Off of each turn, rather than starting with 5, you start with 7, so you have a little bit more possibilities. And every time you complete certain boss fights, you get a chance of picking up epic relics. So, for example, one of the items that you can pick up is you don't discard your hand. You don't discard your hand. You keep your hand until the next turn. So that means you have a bigger resource pool to manage from. I super love it. It's got a charm to it that I wish I could play it on a Switch. Or even on a phone, for that matter. I wish I could play it on mobile because it's got that touch and drag.
Yep.
mechanic
to
down.
it.
And they have said that once it's out of early access, once it's done,
they
will look at mobile, they will look at Switch.
Yeah.
So that's where, and for $11, I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it. Like I had a ton of fun with it last night. I think I played it I started like 7. And then I looked at the clock and it was like 10.
One of
those games where you just
lose yourself in it.
It's like, okay, I can get farther than the next run. I can get farther than the next
civilization. Run. Just one more turn.
I can get farther in my next run. I can get farther in my next run. And you can choose different paths too. So you can start from one of 3 or 4 different paths.
Yeah.
And then each one goes to different directions. So one might have more monsters but have less chests. Or one might have more chests, but if you don't beat any monsters, you don't get any gold or loot. So you have that to... Is it raining in the game?
Is it raining outside?
Rain.
Probably.
No, yeah, it's raining. So you have that to think about as well. You can, before you start each world, you can actually put in a seed as well, so you can change the paths as well. So it's all randomized. Every path is randomized. I can't speak any more highly about that game. It is super fun, cool. And I look forward to buying it on my phone or Switch.
And like I say, the Switch is beautiful.
I can see the Switch getting that game like in a heartbeat.
Well, and people are supporting all the indie games on the Switch, which is the best part. Because
again,
you look at it, you go on the
I'm gonna buy that insult.
I know you go on the Switch, and you're like, "What's on sale?" And you're like, "Oh, this one's $3, or this one's $10." Like even SteamWorld Dig went on sale, 2 and Heist, and even the original one. And I'm like, I've beaten the original one, I'm good. But I've always wanted to play SteamWorld Dig 2, and I think I actually even have it on my computer, and I'm like, I will actually play it here.
Indeed.
Mario Tennis Aces.
For $80.
Oh no!
To me, it's not worth 80.
Not right now.
Right now.
It'll go on sale next E3, guys. Because that's the only time Nintendo puts their stuff.
I'll do it.
We'll do it, and you'll tell us how it is.
Of course. We'll just bring it over.
That's what this is for.
What's this game for 79 cents?
Yeah, I saw that. You can watch the trailer.
No.
You just need to look at it and go, nope.
Well, it's a side.
Yeah,
it looks weird.
All right. Either way,
I'm good.
All right, cool.
I think that's more or less. I got Dying Light. I installed it, but I didn't play it.
I am having a lot. It's taking a long time.
Is it running right now?
I don't know.
You should press go when you're not at home, and it'll install while you're gone.
I'm gonna get those all 3 of those games. Yeah. I'm just gonna do every download at once and just get this over with.
Yeah.
Bold. LA Noir's on sale. That's pretty good. That's cool.
Yeah. I saw that too. I've played Splatoon 2's Octo expansion.
Yeah. How's that?
And did you beat it yet?
I have beaten the story piece. So what happens is you have to collect 4 thangs, and I'm not going to tell you what happens when you collect 4 thangs, but by the second thang, because they call them thangs.
Oh, I was going to say it's not like you're not like censoring it for us.
Nope, they call them thangs because everything's a rap battle. Like it's
a rap sequence.
It's
yes.
It's Splatoon. It's all about the songs and the singing and all that stuff. So when you wake up in this subway with Captain Cuttlefish,
because you're not
the old guy.
You're not your character.
You're an Octoling. You have to make a whole new character. Yeah. So as you wake up as an Octoling, and he's about to he's all like, "I'm gonna beat you up, you ragamuffin," and then you're like, whoa, like I don't even know why I'm here, da 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 da. And he goes, "Well, you were humming the Inkling Incantation," which is one of the songs that they play, right? And you're like, and he's like, "So anybody who's like a fan of them, I'm like is no foe of mine." And then you reach this magic phone that tells you to collect 4 thangs. And you ride the subway. So on the subway, there's dots and squares. Once you reach a square means it's a connection piece. So there's different lines you have to go to, and eventually you have to find all 4 lines that have the thangs. And once you collect all 4 thangs, you get to the last level where you have to pretty much climb your way to the surface. Along those rails, though, if you beat the circle levels and you beat a whole line, you get an item for you on the surface. So you unlock new clothes for your Octoling or your squid. Like Inkling. So I haven't beaten all of the circle levels because some of them are a giant pain.
That's what I've heard.
They do let you, there was one I couldn't. I tried 8 billion times, and the Squid Sisters, not the Squid Sisters, the new ones, Marina and what's her name?
Yes.
Are contacting you via a walkie-talkie, and they can hack into the system.
Oh, okay.
And you actually get some backstory, because if you look at the new show that came with Splatoon 2, because before it was the Squid Sisters. They were both squids.
Yeah.
If you look at them now, one of them does have tentacles on top of her head. She's actually an octoling. Mm-hmm. She's not a squid. You actually get some backstory for them, which is really, really cool. So it's like, oh, I always felt like I was different. And now you realize
why.
Yes. Which is actually pretty cool that they've added this whole story element. So the more things you beat, you get more of their chats. Like they've been texting each other with the Captain Cuttlefish guy, so you get all of their chat log, and it's the story element piece. As you unlock new lines, you get more money. Each test you do costs you money. So you have to have so many coins to do certain challenges. So some challenges are like 2,000 coins, which is quite expensive. So like you're like, okay, I gotta beat this in like one go. But some of them are literally ride a rail and shoot balloons. You miss one balloon, you explode.
Oh, jeez. Very unforgiving.
And then you get so many lives depending on the type of challenge it is. Some of them are literally beat this boss. Destroy all the crates. Move this ball from one end of the thing to the other end of the thing, and it's just a puzzle that you have to solve on your way. No big deal. Some of them are, legitimately like, I'm like, I one of them you have to hit a target, one of those spinning targets.
Yeah.
It spins a bunch of bad guys on platforms in the middle, and then you have to beat the bad guys on every single platform in 2 minutes.
Jeez. Yeah, rip. I'm not that good.
It's challenging.
So luckily, one of the sisters can, or one of the people can hack into the system, a la Nintendo easy mode type thing, and you press the button. She's like, "Oh, you passed the level! Congrats!" Like we've made the subsystem think you passed the level, and that allowed me to get all 4 things. And by the second thing, I knew what I was building. And no, I'm not going to spoil it, but it was.
Is it basically the final boss again from 1 and 2 again?
Nope.
Okay, good.
There's a new boss.
Good.
And then the last level. Again, you can skip even the story levels climbing, because they're like, if you bought the expansion, we want you to be able to play as an octoling.
Right.
We're not going to hold that back from you, so even as the story progresses, it takes longer to build up the charge.
Oh, okay.
But it's like, okay, you've tried like 8 times, you're not succeeding. Do you just want to skip this? And I didn't skip any of those ones. I'm like, no, I will finish the actual story piece. So I can play as an octoling now. And switch between, and the octoling can wear all the same clothes as my inkling.
That doesn't surprise me.
So it's not like they've branched them off as 2 separate characters. It's literally now you can customize your character to be an inkling or an octoling. And
that's cool. That's super cool.
So that part's cool. Then the challenges are fun. Like it's a better single player than the original, because there's just so many different things to do.
Yeah.
I also played some WoW.
We did. WoW is a video game.
Brian, and Heroes of the Storm. So I played. Brian and I played Heroes of the Storm, and we lost continually.
Yeah.
So we switched to WoW and lost continually.
I think it's just those 2 games.
Then we played the other night. We played WoW, so we ran a dungeon because he's past level 30. So I unlocked my character.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't battlegrounds with you, so we ran a dungeon. I got to level 30, and then we ended up Gnomeregoning. And then we ended up going to.
We did PvP.
We did one PvP, and
we lost.
Got stomped, and by the time that was
we started out fine, but it was our guy that was carrying the flag that wasn't the greatest.
And the rest of the team, like we were on not the regular capture the flag, the newer capture the flag one, and it got to that point where people were just separating too much. You know the problem.
Yeah.
Split the damage.
Split the damage.
We couldn't take out their flag carrier because they just kept healing.
Well, and at one point the guy who had the flag was a druid, and you know how I pull that move where I'm trying to run away from bad guys and I have no one with me, like no support, so I dive under the water and swim under there for a while.
And heal yourself?
Well, he did that, except I was with him as a priest healing him.
Oh.
I couldn't follow him. They dropped the flag. Well, there was 2 of them in the flag room, so they just picked up the flag and ran again. And I'm like, frustrating. Either way.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
We Realm Royaled a bit.
Yeah, we did, actually.
Still fun.
I'm still dying pretty quick.
But you're still getting used to how to control things on a
PC.
I'm not quick enough.
They've
increased
the hitbox
for
you picking stuff up.
Just for me.
Yeah,
just for Tony. Just for Tony.
Yeah, when we played, Tony was actually.
Well, as soon as he can pick stuff up, he's
wrecking stuff.
Yeah. I've been playing Disney Heroes on mobile. So it's you get so many characters. It actually starts with Vanellope and Wreck-It Ralph going into a new game that's in beta.
Of course it is.
And Wreck-It Ralph's all like, I'm not sure about these beta games. And then you go in there and Elastigirl's fighting Mr. Incredible. And she's like, why are you fighting me? Da, 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 da. And finally Vanellope, as you go through the story that's in here, is all like, they look like they're glitching. Like there's glitches happening. Da, 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 da. And you can collect heroes as you go along. So I currently have Frozone, Elastigirl, Vanellope and Wreck-It Ralph. And I had the naked yak from Zootopia. He was a healer.
Yeah, I can see that.
I just unlocked Fix-It Felix.
Is he a healer?
Partially, so his attack also heals. Oh. So I got rid of the yak, and he's now replaced by Fix-It Felix. So
that's thematic.
And then you go into the battles, and they auto-attack, but then they have specials that you can kind of time out and use. So like Wreck-It Ralph bashes the ground, and everybody takes some damage and gets dizzy. Frozone freezes everybody. Elastigirl has a really powerful smackdown move. Vanellope, same thing. She smacks down, and Wreck-It Ralph summons those little guys from his game, and they kind of stampede across the thing. So it's a fun little
mobile game.
Time killer.
Yes, and again, it's a time killer. It's not something where I'm like, must play Disney Heroes. And on top of that, I also bought 2 games. I haven't played one of them yet. One of them is Oh Sir, the Insult Simulator, and the other one is Oh Sir, the Hollywood Roast. So there's 2 versions, and it's just different insults
at each other. And
so yes, the game is essentially
on sale, yes. It's like
and they were both on sale. So I bought both of them for $5.
Yeah,
like total.
Nice. Yeah, I think that's how much they are.
Yeah. Either way, you go into a game and it teaches you how to do it. So you have to pick a subject that you're going to insult. And you go, and then you add to it. So you each get to pick from the same list of stuff, and there's ways to combo. So if you keep insulting the guy's hat, you'll get combos. So times 3, times 2, times 3, times
just
6,
like
times
real life. Just like real life.
If you find that character's weakness that you're fighting, so sometimes like the guy is very posh, so if you insult his style, he takes extra hits. If you can't complete a sentence, like sometimes you can go too far because they have connecting words, so they have like and. And so if you put and in there and then he steals the thing you were connecting to,
you're boned.
You press and
you're not doing so well.
Well, you press go to throw the insult out. He's like, your mother is fat, and it hits for 0. You also have 2 bonus ones that only you can use, so they're down in your like inventory per se. So you can use those. So if you have something down there that you know you can use, you add the connector and add that. You can add endings. The endings always have exclamation marks, so it's like, and you know it's true, or and you're a a stinking scumbag, and you know it, exclamation mark, and then you know that like that's a zinger that's gonna finish.
It off.
If you really get stuck, there's also every once in a while one that pops up, but in ellipses. So that carries your insult into the next round, so you can keep adding to it. So if you really get stuck, if that ellipses is there, you're like, okay, ellipses, and I'll wait for the next round and get that next piece. And then you can add a giant zinger to the whole thing. So it's for $2.50. It's a fun little game.
So subject, it's all AI, right? Is there online play where
there is online play?
So you are insulting like another player.
As far as I read, I believe
obviously it's on good taste.
It is. It is not good. It is for fun. So you cannot play this game with your friends and go like, stop insulting my sister, you jerk. You're going. I can choose between your sister and your hat.
Yeah.
I've
purchased it.
Purchased it. So there's a tournament mode. You unlock new characters and all that kind of stuff. So and yes, there's multiplayer mode where you sit in front of your friends and play. And there's voice lines. So I started playing this game. With the volume off because we were watching Suits and DuckTales.
Yeah.
So I didn't want the volume on,
and then later on I'm like, I want to see something. So you turn it on, and they've recorded each word or each piece. So it's like, your mother, and then there's that slight pause as it goes to the next thing, is like, is a stinking pile of feces. And, smells like, your seat.
So, like, the dialogue's a bit like, you could
it's
tell
a bit choppy,
cut it up.
But the game's presented in that way that you're like...
It's kind of like the old Siri.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's old.
But it's presented in such a way where it's not like, this is jarring and weird. You're like, this is amazingly funny because there's... And then, like, it's a little spoiler, I guess. Tournament mode is 5 levels. So you go through, like, a train and each level you're fighting over something. So you're in a pet shop fighting over a dead parrot, essentially. Like, you don't know how to care for parrots. And then parrot is one of the subjects you can use. Like, your breath smells as bad as this parrot. That can be an insult.
I will say that the icon leaves a lot to be
it does.
Desired. That's all the icon is.
You have no idea what
the game is.
If you see everything else, you know what it is.
So the other one's Deadpool's face if you get the Hollywood version. But that was the shtick to that one. And the last level is heaven. So you're dead, and you get to ask one question, but only if you beat God in a game of wits. But God's voice sounds like Morgan Freeman.
Of course it does.
And so he's insulting you in Morgan Freeman's
best
voice.
God voice ever.
Yeah, and it's God insulting you as you insult God.
That's awesome.
I don't know how to take that.
It's pretty cool. So, and I haven't played the Hollywood one yet, but I have played Sir, the Insult Simulator, so it's been fun. Other than that,
I'm picking it up.
I got Dying Light. I've played through part of the tutorial. I think we will have much fun playing this as a co-op.
So how does multiplayer work? Is it like it's not?
You can join my game.
That's how it works.
There are also custom maps.
Okay.
So I believe we can play this as a survival game.
That's what I was more.
Online settings legitimately are every third night there's a zombie invasion.
Ooh. Yeah, sure.
Or we say zombie, but they're not. They're undead invasion, I guess is the best way of putting it. So they are sound activated.
Yeah.
They are proximity based, like
a real zombie.
It is you have to be very sneaky, very parkour-y type game. Like you're jumping and grabbing onto cliffs to stay above stuff.
I'm not gonna do well.
You will learn. You just gotta keep your finger on W and hit shift and space every once in a while. It's all one hand. And aim with this one. That might work too. Just start bashing the keyboard with your head. It'll work. We'll help you, and that's the point. Like co-op, I think is going to be even more fun because if one of us does get stuck,
we can help.
You can just there's a kicking motion. So as soon as you get a zombie down, you no longer have to use your weapon because there is durability on all of the weapons.
Oh, understandably.
But there is a kick button. You just press E. So I got a zombie down, and I was just like, kick.
When he bites your foot.
Kick. Well, if it helps, the whole point to this game is when you land in single player, you're already you do get bit. But they have like an antigen type thing, so it's not a full cure.
So it's a little bit like Dead Rising.
Symptoms. Yeah.
Because Dead Rising was like your daughter, or Dead Rising 2, your daughter was bitten by the virus. And it was Yeah.
So you're like a runner for this whole. So I'm not sure exactly how like co-op will work, but other than we have like 3 nights or 3 days to prepare ourselves, and on that third night we're gonna get some kind of invasion that's gonna attack us. But you do have to move through a city, collecting airdrops and collecting supplies and all that kind of stuff to help you build things. You can set up traps and all that kind of stuff. So something that will make noise and attract them while you go do something else. Yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
So it'll be an interesting game to play with you guys. But I only got through the part where they're like, go set this trap up. So I opened the car hood and I'm like, I'm going to stop here and just be done.
Be done for now.
Yeah. Other than that, DuckTales, like I said, the new show, I managed to get the first so many episodes on Google Play. So we watched some of those. Really well done show.
Yeah.
Solid. And then Suits, we're on now season 7. Thanks, Whispers. So this is the last season with Meghan Markle and the other guy, because Meghan Markle went off to be a princess. So
A real princess.
A real princess.
You say that
live
now.
princess.
You say that now.
She didn't even do it the Disney way.
No,
She full on was
full
like,
on,
I'm gonna marry
very-
a prince.
The most well-known royal family in
Yes.
the world.
Really, the only one anybody ever cares about
Yeah.
anymore. I just have to laugh because I said that. I used that as an example with some kids when they were having a fighting contest. And I'm like, you never know who's going to end up being a princess one day or the next, like, you know, hockey megastar.
Yeah.
Because I doubt anybody who knew Meghan Markle. Like, it still surprises me when I see her in pictures
Yeah.
Bam.
with the royal family.
It is. It is very
Hey, Destructo Dog.
unexpected.
I've never watched Suits, so it affects me 0.
Well, so if it helps, earthquake. If it helps, like people, you know, you're sitting there going, you know, watching Suits, going, oh yeah, I've seen the princess in her underpants, because
Is that what she does in that show?
she has in that show, yes.
That's funny.
Well, because it's not a, it's what network is that on? Because it's not on one of the main ones, so like they swear and they don't go full on with the.
No, it's not AMC.
Yeah.
No. Huh? No. I'd have to look again.
I can't
Either way,
remember.
it's one of those shows where, yes, they go a little further than
Bravo.
other shows. Yes? One of those networks.
Bravo.
Yes. I'm getting a...
We go with
so
it.
yes,
Whispers.
I'm getting confirmation.
Confirmation from the back.
So either way, you're sitting there, like I was talking with one of my coworkers who also watches the show, and she's like, yeah, I know, I feel a little weird that I've seen, you know, the princess in her, you know, underwear. Because again, that's what I know, you know, like Suits. I know Meghan Markle from Suits.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, it's like, Meghan Markle having a day with the Queen. And I'm like,
okay.
okie dokie. Just hanging out with the
Yeah.
Queen, learning how to, you know, eat with a fork and
Yeah.
not take selfies.
What was cool was to see the cast in the
Yeah.
at the wedding.
At the wedding.
It's like,
People
oh.
I actually know. Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's lit.
Yeah. So yeah, that show is setting itself up for a really good season again, which for that many seasons on a show about lawyers is
Is really good.
And how are
Yes.
they writing her out? Is she dying?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because they're both leaving. Like the guy she's married to in the show also leaves at the end of this season. They both quit the show.
Mm-hmm.
Plane crash.
So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they move. I don't know if they like.
That's exactly how they-
maybe they just move her to England.
Oh,
Which apparently she's not moving to England. They're actually going to move back to the States and live in the States.
really?
Apparently.
Oh.
That is the for
That's
extra
bold.
weird royal news.
That's bold.
Yep. Well, he's never actually going to be king.
Oh,
No, he's
okay,
now.
then,
Because otherwise his brother and his
States or
brother's
Canada?
kids have to die.
Yeah.
He's
There's some
screwed.
crazy extenuating circumstances.
And the way the other ones are having kids, that ain't happening.
Yeah, so he's
Okay.
too far down the line at this point. He can pretty much just go and do like humanitarian work around the world.
Yeah. It was like,
In the States.
in the States.
Well, but from the States.
They need
But
a
it's
lot of
not-
humanitarian
It's not
work.
like they
I thought
stay
she was
in one
Canadian.
place. Huh?
I thought she was Canadian.
No. Not that I know of.
I thought she was.
No.
Mm.
No. Well, again, we don't know a lot.
I'm
don't
pretty
keep
sure she's
track of-
American.
I think she's American.
I don't keep
You
track
could
of
be right though.
American,
She
like,
could be right, I don't-
She could be
Okay.
Canadian.
Either way,
Earthquake.
IMDb.
done.
Earthquake.
No, the earthquake went the other way this time.
Earthquake.
There you go.
Cool. All right, I'm done.
Me? Okay.
I don't
Video
care.
game.
You're-
So yeah, wowing.
Wow, Wing.
Wow.
Heroes of the Storm.
Game.
I really want to play Alteric Pass, which they still haven't let me play yet.
So a new map comes out for Heroes of the Storm. Brian and I played what 7 games.
We
that
played a
one
lot
night?
of games, and
Nothing.
we never got the new map,
We
which
played
is
the Overwatch map really quick.
which
Yeah,
is
we
based
went
off
We
the
played
new
the
WoW.
Overwatch map. We played the Overwatch map too many times.
Too many times.
We have yet to play the Warcraft.
Yeah, and I want to because it's very different. It's very much like Alteric
Why
Valley.
can you not like prefer that? Like, there's no
You
preference.
can do a custom match.
But then you can't play with randos.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can't put it on your profile where it's like, I prefer this
Which
one
is-
particular map. I don't care about like if I
Los
play the other
Angeles,
one, that's
California.
fine. But match me with people with this preference.
Just check.
Or vice versa. If you don't want
I-
to play a
she
map,
could've
make
been
sure that
more.
that's
Yeah.
not on your list of preferred. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm surprised that does not.
Kind of
exist.
like the actual PvP in WoW.
In WoW, because WoW
You
does
can
that.
go
You can
2-0.
sit there going like, I do not want to play these maps ever.
Ever.
Which we'd never say.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
There are maps we refuse
At
to
higher
play.
level, you get different maps,
Yeah.
and some of them are just like frustrating.
Well, we can still play because I haven't played.
And
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You won't. We won't. You won't want to play with me.
No,
Sunday,
we have a
Sunday.
fourth person.
It's free weekend on WoW.
It is.
It is.
Welcome back weekend.
Try it once.
By the time I
With
get it
us.
installed and patched, I won't want to play it.
You never know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
If
I
you
know.
could sit through a Steam download, someone has something again.
I didn't sit. I didn't sit through my Steam download.
Oh, she got something in her mouth?
Yep, she keeps taking stuff from somewhere.
There you go. I don't care about dog saliva.
So yeah, you haven't played Altered Past.
Yeah, and it's like Altered Valley where you're not trying to take down a core or the base. You're trying to take down the other team's hero.
Yeah. So instead of the actual core, there's a hero that fights back at the
Yeah.
other end.
Oh,
It's
neat.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's
That's
pretty cool,
neat.
and it's quite different. The map has different kinds of mercenaries.
It sounds amazing.
It sounds fun.
You think?
If you ever get to play it.
Bye.
If we ever get to play it.
I'm blaming the dog.
Again, more Realm Royale with you guys. We've already talked about that.
Yep.
Tried Fortnite on the Switch. It is incredibly difficult compared to the PC.
I don't know what
Welcome
else.
to my world.
How?
And
I
then you
don't
see
know how
people-
that's like on the Switch.
And then you see people play online.
Yeah.
And they're building like crazy.
They're still
people
building like crazy,
and
so-
doing-
Welcome to my
Yeah.
world.
But I knew that, like I said to you last week, I knew that would be a problem.
Yeah.
As soon as you were like, I can play on my PS4, and it's like, Dingy will never be able to build. Like, Chris will have so many
You'll
problems
be
trying
just building.
yeah, because we
Yeah.
spit out walls and ground things like.
Well, because
no
again,
more.
we have enough shortcut keys where everything's just like move from 1 to F1, build
Yeah.
wall, click, 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 click,
Yeah.
click, 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 click. And again,
No.
aiming
And
with
then
this where you
mouse
can
wheel.
Same, well, Fortnite you just
And we have our mouse wheel to switch between different
Yeah.
materials.
Yeah.
and
it's
weapons.
circles, builds back to circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to get used to it. But
Yeah.
for people who coming from
I
the
just don't
PC
do it.
over is, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what it's like on the Switch.
Yeah. It's the same as PS4.
Guess he can't link his
You
account.
can link his account. You can always make another account.
You get to
Yeah,
play on
that's-
PS4.
Played some more Pokemon Quest.
Oh, yes.
I'm on the
I
I
don't
guess
play that
third
in a while.
opened area. But it is getting harder to get to the
Does it
recommended.
Does it feel like it's
Power.
getting more like pay to win?
It's getting more grindy.
I think it's getting a lot more grindy. I'm playing the same level over and over just to level up.
Give me
so-
the option to give you like 15 or 20 bucks and remove that stuff. 'Cause
Yeah.
I will play that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then I've been watching a lot of stuff on Netflix. So the wife and I are watching Sherlock. We're on the
Yeah.
last. I guess they don't call them seasons.
Series.
So we're on the last series, which
Don't
is
forget
series
to watch.
4.
Don't forget to watch the. Did you watch the Bride? The Undead Bride or whatever.
Yeah, the Abominable Bride.
Yeah, that one. You have to watch that one before season 4.
Yeah.
Series 4. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
And this last episode we watched was just crazy, but my wife fell asleep, so we're gonna have to rewatch that again.
How?
I don't know. She was really tired that day.
Oh,
She was really
okay.
tired that day. She worked really hard. But that show is just great. It's awesome to see Martin Freeman and Benedict Cumberbatch.
You mean
Small.
Doctor Strange. Yeah.
You mean
Smaug.
Smaug and Bilbo?
Yeah. Well, he has a Martin Freeman has a role in the MCU.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, but we can't remember his name.
I can't remember.
Man,
his
that
name.
would be if that was on the MCU trivia, we'd be owned. It's like, what's Martin Freeman's character's name? Yes,
Yeah.
What is his name?
And yeah.
Everett.
Ross Everett.
Everett Ross.
Oh, it's not Everett Ross.
Ross Everett. Yeah.
Ross Everett. It's something Everett.
Something.
Ross is
I know who.
Red Hulk.
Yeah.
I know.
But pretty much 3 different companies.
Yeah.
Those 2 are in it.
Yep.
Well, if it
They
helps,
like hanging out with
They
you.
like
the
hanging
only
out.
reason they got Martin Freeman for the character Everett Ross is because a certain wizard was busy filming wizard things instead of Sherlock, so Martin Freeman had no job. Because that's what the writers were saying on Kevin
Yeah.
Smith's thing, is they're like, the only reason we got Martin Freeman in such a cool role is because he wasn't doing anything because we had stolen their Sherlock. For our
And they couldn't do anything else. That's actually quite funny.
Okay, earthquake, seriously.
No.
Find a place and sit down.
No.
down.
We need
Screw
to-
you.
Other things I've watched some movies. I saw The Foreigner, the Jackie Chan Pierce
Oh, the
Brosnan
Jackie
movie.
That's on
Jackie
Netflix,
Chan
isn't it?
Taken movie?
Yeah.
So next, it's
I
out.
own it, but I'll get to it eventually.
It's on Netflix.
I got the
It is
summer.
on the
I
Netflix.
wanted more of a Jackie Chan movie and less of a Pierce Brosnan
Taken.
political movie.
Oh.
They In my opinion, Pierce Brosnan's character is very focused on, but really doesn't have a purpose for the whole story. Like, he has a purpose, but it's not very important. Like, you completely put someone else in there, make it some unknown person that you don't care about, even put a very small part, and you could still have the story, because the story is
Jackie Chan.
After, so
I
that's what I was a bit disappointed, but it's still...
I find it really jarring watching Jackie Chan in a not comedy role.
Yeah, it is definitely a very adult Jackie Chan.
But then
not very adult, just like serious.
Mature. More mature serious.
Yes, yes.
Not Rush Hour. Or
his other Jackie Chan.
Or any other
Shanghai Noon.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's a shitty rabbit hole.
I think it's more like his older, like, his movies from the past.
Still no.
But still not, like...
Like Drunken Master and Rumble in the Bronx and all of those ones
where those are still
couldn't speak English are still comedy movies.
Yeah. But I mean, like, the style of action and Kung Fu
he was very much more,
was more like that than
his
Rush
martial
Hour
arts were very much more martial arts, but at the same time, very non-serious.
Who was in Stranglehold again? That guy. I'm trying to think of the one.
We're just looking up stuff here.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. Apparently, we know things.
Would not be a good day for trivia.
Yeah, we wrecked.
And then 2 movies I really enjoyed: Box Trolls and The Little Prince. Both obviously animated.
I was gonna say, went on the kid movie front, did you?
Yeah, I did. And honestly, Netflix thinks I have either a child or I am a child.
Does it want you to watch Paw Patrol next?
Yep. Paw Patrol is on my recommended list. But Box Trolls is actually really intriguing. I actually quite liked the movie. The artistry behind it was very nice. So, yeah, it was good. And the story was kind of cool.
And you watched The Little Prince in the wrong language.
Chow Yun-Fat, that's who I was thinking.
Yeah, sorry, Le Petit Prince.
Yeah, that's the actor I was thinking of. Chow Yun-Fat.
Chow Yun-Fat, yeah.
It's very much his style of action back then. Where it's all serious.
Maybe they couldn't get him.
He's kind of old.
So is Jackie Chan.
No, Jackie Chan's younger.
Jackie Chan is still in good shape, though.
Yeah, Chow
Yun-Fat's pretty old.
He kind of lived up to his name.
Way older than my dad.
Yeah, he has started living up to his name. He
Did
has.
that go too far?
No pun intended. Pun intended.
And how was Le Petit Prince?
Very good.
Did you watch it in English?
Yes. I'd watch it. I will watch it in French as well.
Sure you will.
No, I will.
If it helps, I own that book. I bought that book for my classroom in English.
Oh, okay. The Little Prince honestly just like surprised me. It was a fantastic movie, and I feel like it should have won an award.
I heard good things about that film.
Like just the style of artistry behind it. It's not just CGI animation. They have a little bit of
hybrid.
Yeah, of the paper look.
Nice.
Which is awesome, and the story is great.
The Little Prince.
Yeah, is The Little Prince, which is...
Steve Carell's got a new movie coming out that looks really, really cool. It's he plays I guess he's a Jewish background character, but he was tortured by Nazis, and he lives out his life with like these action figures as part of his art.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the movie is these action figures coming to life, like representing his artistic side rather than his realistic side. Mm-hmm. It actually looks real cool. I'll show you guys a trailer later.
It's not The Little Prince, though. There's no Nazis in The Little Prince.
There's no Nazis in The Little Prince.
That you know of. Underlying meaning.
Hail Hydra?
Hail Hydra. Yeah.
On this little planet I visited.
Hydra.
So I thought it was a really well done movie.
Well, congratulations. You're a child.
I am a child.
Netflix has confirmed it.
Brightest day and blackest night.
F the Green Lanterns. Did you see that?
Out my pinky.
Yep.
I did have a board game night with some of the wife's friends, and we played the new Jumanji board game.
I saw that on sale.
It's pretty... They did a really great job of making it similar to Jumanji, the actual board game. Yeah. The actual board game in the movie.
Do you get sucked in?
Into a video game.
Did you get sucked in?
Did you get sucked in?
No, we did not get sucked in.
Why did you get sucked in?
Because we were so awesome.
Oh, so you just avoided that random chance card, did you?
And we all kept playing, even though if someone did get sucked in.
No, you just
someone rolled 5 for 8.
Happen, yeah.
Exactly. One of us would always roll 5 for 8.
They are making a sequel to the
Yes, I read that.
Yeah.
Which I'm worried about.
I'm not.
We'll see.
I'm not, only because the last one turned out well. So if it's the same people involved, I'm like, okay.
Dwayne Johnson's on.
Same writer, same director.
Dwayne Johnson needs to get back on the good track.
Why?
Because he has done the skyscraper movie that's
And
coming
Rampage.
out, Rampage was both. Rampage
okay,
didn't do well.
The Jungle Cruise
the skyscraper is not
out.
predicted to do well.
That's because it's a movie about a skyscraper. I could have told you that movie was going to do.
It has an impossible jump in the poster.
It's no longer the 90s. We can't do movies like Dante's Inferno and crap anymore. It just doesn't work.
And if you watch the commercial for Skyscraper, it's the movie.
I haven't even seen
the commercial for Skyscraper. I watched it. Yeah. It is the movie. I have no surprises going into the movie. I don't think.
That's why Dwayne Johnson needs to do Jumanji 2 to get back on track.
I still haven't seen anything.
I swear the Jungle Cruise movie is just going to be Jumanji 2.
Yeah.
Jumanji 2 Jungle Cruise.
Like I swear in the commercial for Skyscraper, they give you the opening
to go.
They give you the climax.
The big,
and they give you the closing too.
Yes.
And free to play game, and you need to unlock. It's like the future.
People just
so how's Jumanji? You had fun with the Jumanji?
Yeah, I can see people get definitely more for kids.
Yes.
I could get bored easily with that game after.
It's okay, then you can watch Paw Patrol.
They have the rhymes. Yeah.
Oh God, are you doing it at the same time? Oh
no. God. I could. A lot of the riddles or from the movie are definitely in there, and then you can also tell which ones are not from the movie, and they half-assed it and tried to write something quick because the rhymes don't work and they rhyme you with you, and it's like, oh, you just tried to make as many as you can and you didn't spend time.
I have a recommendation called Nicky, Ricky, Dicky, and Dawn.
Bless you.
What? It's a kids show.
That sounds fantastic.
I wonder why Netflix is telling me.
And then we tried the board game Nefarious, which I guess has been out for a while. But pretty much the concept of that game is you research to make money and get invention plans, and you invent things, and you have to get the most invention points. Yeah. It's actually quite cool.
Luke Cage season 2 is out.
That one's more interesting.
Oh yeah,
Jumanji.
Forgot about that.
It didn't get good ratings.
I know. I'm worried.
So, yeah.
Cool. Interesting. We never talk board games.
Because we never have time to actually play
board games. Yeah.
We always
Summer.
have time to play games.
Summer.
We got time.
Yeah. If I do recommend a board game, I'd recommend Nefarious. Not necessarily Jumanji.
Yeah, I think that's got the appeal right there.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, is there someone in the background that constantly does that?
We were doing that, yeah.
Okay.
There's always one of us going like boom, 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 boom.
One of us. Wait, wrong chant.
And you do have to say Jumanji at the end to win.
You don't have to.
Is there a microphone in the board game?
Is it?
Does it know?
The other people will not let you win.
It depends who you're playing with.
It's like playing Uno, where they catch you not saying Uno, and you're like, oh.
Or when you, what's the other game where you have to say
There's
stuff?
a bunch of them. They make you do it.
Sorry?
No, you never. I don't actually have to say sorry. You can just say whatever you want when you knock. What did the name of the game change? Oh, it's gonna get way worse the longer this night goes on.
Profanity.
Yeah. F you.
You guys aren't even playing the game anymore.
Boosh. And that is it.
Cool.
What up?
Cool. So yeah, WoW, Realm Royale, the Fallout Shelter.
Fallout Shelter.
We call it a Vault game.
It is kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of.
You wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah, I know. I finished Call of Duty.
Oh, nice.
Which one? World War?
World War II.
Nice.
You finished World War II.
Yes.
I still
completed World War II.
I still have not finished that.
You completed the war.
I don't even think I finished the war. First level yet.
Oh my god. Some of those levels just pain.
They're quite.
Well, there's one level where you had, because a tank came in and you had nothing.
Yeah.
And they say that, like, we have nothing to take this out but little incendiary bombs. And you have
climb
to
up on the tank, open the lid, and throw the bomb.
And that's exactly what it is. It's not just a quick pop. It's a climb, drop, and then go.
Yeah.
But if you get shot, you get knocked down.
Oh.
And playing on veteran,
oh yeah, you're gonna
I'm really quick, and then I die.
Pull the Indiana Jones thing. Whip the one side.
No, I had to look it up.
Underneath.
I watched Captain America.
Yeah, just like vault onto it using your shield and motorcycle.
No, you throw smoke grenades, and then you just climb and then do it.
That makes sense too.
Do you have a shield?
No.
You should get one of those.
Smoke shield.
A vibranium shield would totally help. Yeah.
Yeah, it helped Captain America.
Ding, 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 ding.
I'm not Captain America.
Can they totally use adamantium now in Disney movies?
Maybe.
Not yet.
Maybe.
Once the deal's signed. That's how he gets his new shield for Avengers 4.
Oh, that's so dumb.
They're like, hey, we totally vibranium and adamantiumed you a new shield. Here you go. And he's like, what's adamantium? And they're like, this new element we found. It's like just as strong as vibranium.
We bought it for
$1 billion.
Yeah, and that's the joke. Is like
that's the Deadpool joke.
That's the joke. Robert Downey Jr. is all like, you do not know how much this cost me.
No, that's the Deadpool joke. Yeah. He comes into the universe, man. That was a really expensive plane ticket. Flew me all the way in here.
But yeah, that was kind of a pain. But
I can imagine.
Playing on veteran, it's gonna be a pain.
Well, there's your first problem. I found your.
I unlocked the gold trophy, so that's what
all that worth for it.
Pretty much.
You gotta look, guys. Oh, good job, Dingy.
No one's on a PS4. It doesn't matter.
I'm on my PS4.
Someday, maybe.
Yeah.
I play God of War.
How much is it now?
$3.
I don't know.
Depends on which.
I have one. Every time I load up Fortnite, I think I'm having the jet engine.
Cost?
Anywhere from like $350 to $500.
I think when I started to play Fortnite, I think that jet engine sound is starting to go. So.
Oh yeah.
Only when I play that game, it goes really loud.
It really goes loud. I think if I get a PlayStation, I have to get another TV.
Mine no longer sounds like a fan, so I'm good.
To play that,
Fortnite, it does.
It's still got HDMI ports.
Well, I know, but like to actually, because like Switch, I can play while my wife's watching TV.
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
If she's watching
get a second TV at the same time.
Well, that's what I mean. I'd have to get another TV, and so it'd be an extra another.
Yeah, that's the.
Okay.
That's the current one. That's
the.
Yeah. It's the same as. It's not a Pro.
No, it's not a Pro.
Yeah.
It looks pretty.
It does look pretty.
That's the great thing about the Switch again.
Yes, as I can. Yeah, same thing. Like we're casually watching Suits, and I'm like, I shall try this new insult game.
So here's the thing you can do with PlayStation. You can always get a remote client.
Yes.
With it, because I've done that before. I've played. I think it was like No Man's Sky on my computer.
And I mean, if push comes to shove, you can put it. Your monitors should have an HDMI.
You can connect.
May or may not go back to PS Now.
What do you mean by PS Now?
Well, because they're going to start implementing where you can actually download it to your system, so you don't have to stream it anymore.
On my PSV?
On the PS Now?
Yeah.
You download the game like you do on Netflix.
No. What I'm talking about is like having the client on the computer
and then
streaming the video to...
Yeah, he's moved on.
I moved on.
He's now talking about getting PS.
I could jump back into it because now...
You're not streaming
I could download it and not stream it.
Yeah.
I'm actually... Well, I mean, a part of that probably is coming from Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah.
Oh, probably.
Because as soon as they announce Xbox Game Pass, you can play your 360 games on PC. I'm there.
Yeah.
But then the other new game I jumped into was Kingdom Hearts.
Which one?
First one.
Trying to catch
Final
up.
mix. Final mix.
That first one does not hold up.
I think it's fine.
It's good.
It's good if you've never, if you haven't
if you've never experienced Kingdom Hearts 2 or...
Well, do I have to play all the expansions, or can I just jump into 2 after
I would just jump into 2. Just jump into 2.
Because I did the kind of
jump into 2.
1.5 and 2.5 combo.
Yeah.
Just jump
and
into
there's
2.
about 6 games in there.
Jump into 2.
Yeah, because the other ones are just the Vita and 3DS games that are...
Don't need it, so I don't...
You can play them. I think even some of those aren't even games. They just show you all the cinematics.
One of them is all the cinematics, yeah. It's the 3DS, the DS one. Not even 3DS, the DS. There was a DS Kingdom Hearts game that is canon. It is super messed up.
8,000 years old now.
Oh my god, and it was so hard.
Yeah.
But I've beaten 2 worlds.
I will say, though, the one Kingdom Hearts game that I think needs to get a lot more attention, and I want it to have a sequel, is Kingdom Hearts, the Game Boy Advance one, Chain of Memories.
Mm-hmm.
That one was so good, and it never got a follow-up.
Well, if it helps, we are getting the game that came out similar to that one, which is the Rhythm, whatever that one is that's coming out for Switch.
I agree.
It is coming out.
What are we talking about?
You played it. I forgot what it is
Persona?
now. No.
Oendon. The cheerleading game.
No.
Then no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Little anime guy runs around. Why can't I think of the stupid name?
Goemon?
No. It looked like Kingdom Hearts almost. Last something, the apocalypse.
What?
It'll come to me.
I don't know.
The last
But
going.
I'm not having...
It'll come
It's a
to me.
good game.
Yeah, no. Kingdom Hearts 1...
It's something to adjust to...
2 is much better. 2, they figured out where they went wrong with the first one game.
Where? I don't...
The game mechanics are a lot more solid. Like, the floating mechanics are a lot more...
Last Blade.
Rhythm
Rhythm Heaven?
No.
As far as story goes, the first one was so weird.
Donald sucks.
Sucks as in what, like the actor or the
No,
game?
like the character. Like
the AI characters are never good.
Goofy's fine. He can last. Donald dies all the time.
You always have to, because you can adjust his.
I don't have to. I'm not. I leave him, so he after a certain amount of time he just comes back.
Yeah,
I don't have to.
Well, you can adjust him to his AI to be like, use more defensive stuff or run away more.
I don't know what he's doing, but
you can adjust that.
Every fight he's going down
because you probably set him to that super.
I haven't set him to anything.
That's the problem. You gotta change him to be less aggressive because that way he doesn't use his mana.
Pancake, stop.
I would still recommend just.
So I beat obviously the main town.
Yeah. The Alice in Wonderland level was hard.
That's the one I just beat. I'm now in the Hercules one.
Ooh, you go back to the stadium a few times. So once you do that there, you'll go back to it. The idea is that the stadium is always under attack, and so in the first one you come back to it a few times. Even in the second game, you come back to it.
Yeah, it took a while to get going though.
Olympus,
the tutorial was, or I guess the prologue or whatever was just.
That was
a little longer
on Destiny Island, or not Destiny Island.
Yeah, whatever island you're on.
The first one. Oh yeah, that was.
You had to go search for stuff.
You had to find you had to race Riku a few times.
The world ends with you.
Oh yes. The world ends with you. It's getting a Switch version.
Yeah,
but that's just a port of the.
It is, but if you're like talking about bringing back those DS games, they are working on that one. So that could
and there's going to be an additional chapter for it, and you guys all better freaking buy it this time.
What?
World ends with you.
I never bought the first one.
There was only one
for the DS. Yeah, there's only one.
Oh, I didn't want to buy it.
For the DS 800 years ago.
Yeah, it's actually worth a lot of money opened.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts is always good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really glad
I needed to see it because if I'm going to buy 3, then
yep.
They have said that the intro sequence for 3 when that comes out, they're going to have like a big long last time on Kingdom Hearts and it's going to be like an hour or something long.
Oh, good.
So if you've never
that
played,
sounds like a Square Enix type.
It is a Square Enix.
Hey, look, a cinematic.
That's an hour freaking long.
It's a movie.
Kojima game.
Directed by Kojima. Oh my god, Kingdom Hearts way better. I loved it before. Now we're gonna have philosophy and and
all this other.
Oh my god, yes. Kingdom Hearts.
Good.
Excellent.
And that's all I did. Cool.
I think I'm gonna pick up 2.
I really gotta play Dying Light with you guys at some point.
You guys all have to play. I'm so far the only one who has tried Dying Light.
Oh, I was gonna do it last night, but I didn't want to get into anything heavy.
My computer got super slow.
So, we tried this too.
So I stopped it.
For Honor.
Yes.
Oh yes, you guys.
We didn't like it.
I was talking. I was just talking to you.
We didn't like it at all.
See, that's what I figured. That's why I didn't want to buy it.
We didn't buy
it. The starter pack during E3 week on PC they released for free.
So I know For Honor's been out for a while, so talking about the game mechanics is kind of moot for us. But I feel like that game was a game they designed with motion controls first,
or a controller,
or motion controls, because on a mouse it does not.
It was not comfortable. It was not fun. It was not. I was. Just
I even plugged in the controller, and even with that, I felt.
Because I can understand with the right stick, kind of if you can choose between this, because
I honestly see it as a motion control game with on a Wii or something where you could use the motion.
I don't
know.
Either way, it's a giant game of rock paper scissors.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah. So if you're attacking one direction and the enemy is already blocking it, they're gonna block it.
Ting!
So you need to basically hit the other two directions. Same thing when they attack,
you have to block from that direction.
So and then you have basic dodges and. Heavy and light attacks, which deal different amount of damages. Yeah. It kind of felt like Dark Souls.
Kind of,
a little bit of Dark Souls-iness to it.
But yes, with the rock paper scissors element of hi attack,
and that may be just a really bad tutorial because
it could have been
because that tutorial dragged
halfway through.
I hate that long tutorial.
That feels like a tutorial because again, Dying Light kind of brings you through the tutorial and it tells you you can't do that until you've finished this like the prologue chapter essentially, but it's teaching you
basic game mechanics.
You have to go do this. Oh, you have to go do that. There is literally a part of Dying Light's opening thing where the guy's like, "Oh, we have to make sure if you're going to be a runner that you can actually move around this city."
Story.
Yeah, but with For Honor, it felt really tacked on.
It was legitimately like, you're going to learn how to do this now. Get into this stance.
Yeah, and I think a little bit of that is them gearing themselves towards esports. Yes. There's a huge esports scene for Honor. There's a huge scene. Yeah, between For Honor and Rainbow Six Siege. Yeah. Like, those two games for Ubisoft have been massive for them. Okay. And honestly, I appreciate that they're still supporting it more so than anything. As far as a game that I don't think that I would enjoy it. And I'm just glad we got the starter pack for free because
exactly. And that was
I don't think I would pay
actually.
I wouldn't pay $20 for that.
No, and I was I kept looking at it because honestly, the way you open that game up is literally because you're in a broken down castle. Anyways, it's like, oh, this castle's being attacked. Defend it.
I also feel like
go from bad guy to bad guy, and then they just sit there going, "Oh, now we've unlocked dodging. So press these buttons to dodge." That should have been what they gave you.
Yeah. And I really
legitimately just like learn to dodge.
And I understand that it's like a very Deadliest Warrior scenario where it's like, who would win, the Viking or the samurai? Well,
no one has an advantage though.
No, it does. There's no theme to it. And on top of that, I picked the samurai.
Yes.
When has the samurai ever really been in a medieval castle? I feel like if I picked the samurai, my starting tutorial
so you
level,
got the same opening as I did.
Yes,
because I picked the knight.
Yeah, so yours was
that felt natural.
That felt natural. I was a samurai. Why is a samurai in a medieval castle? My tutorial should have been in like feudal Japan.
Correct.
At least that would have been a little bit more like, oh, why am I fighting people with axes and giant armor? That's not what my character does. And I get that the ultimate thing is you mash everyone together in the actual main game, but in a tutorial sense, like, it felt
start me off where I feel at home and comfortable. Again, yeah, like my castle or my and again, castle works for everything.
It does.
Theme the castle to the
feudal Japan or Vikings or knights.
Yeah. So none of the different
no one has an advantage over anyone.
No,
it's just pretty much.
If you're hitting a samurai with a giant broadsword,
same
he can deflect it with his katana.
Which, in theory, should not work.
No, if a giant knight is taking a swing at you with a giant broadsword, I don't care how good a samurai you think you are.
Or even how well the blade is forged.
Yeah. Twang!
It's good. Yeah, it like literally bounced off like a bullet on armor, basically.
Yeah.
It felt, there was nothing other than the flavor.
Yeah, so I could see if there was different levels of
like as a samurai, I feel like I should be more mobile.
Yeah,
if
you're more agile
rather than just like lock on and then just kind of do the circle thing. I should like Ghost of Tsushima from Sony. Like, that was a great samurai game.
Yeah, that looked like a samurai game. This does not look like a samurai game.
Looks like a knight that's
it's like they built the knight and then they're like, we need more for this.
What did Deadliest Warriors do?
Yeah,
because that was a great game. As shitty as that game was, it did what it was supposed to do.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Yeah,
but this does not feel fun.
Yeah, it felt clunky. It felt and it didn't feel heavy.
Like when
there's a difference. Like Dark Souls feels heavy. You feel like you're taking that swing, and yes, that sword.
There is an energy meter. There is an energy meter too.
Yeah, you have stamina in this one, where it's like, oh, you're running out of energy. But again, I don't feel like a samurai whose sword should literally be.
It should be
this
light.
It should be light,
fast. Why am I running out of the same stamina as a Viking?
Yeah. Again, a Viking or a knight that's got the big sword.
Two-handed giant axe or giant mace.
Well, katanas are two-handed.
It is,
but
it's two-handed. It's two-handed to be like swish, swish, swish.
Yes. I should be able to get like 2 or 3 hits before you do one swing.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
My hit should hit you harder, being a knight going quatonk. You should also die instantly.
Yes.
And also, as a samurai, you should be able to maneuver yourself in, stab me in the heart, and I should die instantly. Right. So really, like...
Because the thing about a samurai, it's more than just a katana. They also have, like, wakasashis. They've got different things other than a sword.
Yeah.
They've got throwing stars. They've got other tricks up their sleeve.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's what else I played. I forgot.
Tricks up their sleeve?
No. Another Ubisoft game. So the free For Honor thing got me onto the Uplay store where Steep was on sale.
Oh yeah,
so you were talking about that.
You played a little bit of snowboarding.
I have reached level 4. I only have 95 levels more to go before I unlock the 90. It looks amazing. I'm not even playing on full high graphics. So it looks amazing. You're in the Alps. The fun part is you can literally switch between whatever you're riding down the Alps.
So like I can be on a snowboard and then like switch between snowboard
so you stop.
and skis?
So you stop on the snowboard. You hit shift. You switch to, just like on For Honor, it's almost the same wheel. So you hold shift down, you move your mouse over, and you instantly have skis on.
But that feels a little bit faster than
it's
For
perfect.
Honor.
Yeah. So yes, and you don't have to stop at like a chalet and switch your gear up. So one of the fun things that came with their Winterfest expansion was a wooden sled. So it's legitimately a wooden sled with a rope.
Aww,
and you can go onto the Alps, like large-ish mountains, on a wooden sled and start going down. And as you get
live the
further,
dream.
That'd be nuts.
As you get faster and faster, your guy just starts lying down like he's on like a luge type thing.
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh
and
god!
you just
and
it actually tells you when you impact with a rock or a tree how many G's you have impacted for.
Oh god.
So on a snowboard, like, you're going straight down and wallop into a tree, and it stops all your combos, it stops whatever race you're on, because essentially it's like you have died.
Yeah. You go seek
Does it feel like you hit that rock at like...
Oh yeah, you hear the crunch. And it tells you, like, you know, you've hit this tree at 94 Gs, and you're just like, oh.
Dead.
And the whole screen goes gray, like it almost goes to the game over screen from GTA.
Yeah.
But it doesn't say you've died, you just
wasted.
You just get back up, essentially. But any combo you were working on, any race you were working on is over. You have to restart. You have to restart, you hold tab down, and it puts you right back to where you were.
Oh, that's handy.
You can teleport to any of the events, but you need helicopter tokens until you reach a certain level, and then you get your own helicopter. But you use helicopter tokens, and it'll just drop you out of the helicopter to wherever you want on the ski slope.
That makes sense.
Nice.
So, and there's 3 slopes. I've only done the Alps so far, but you can unlock Alaska, and you can unlock Pyeongchang.
Cool.
And to get to Pyeongchang, you actually have to do.
So.
You actually have to do like a road to the Olympics type event. Yeah.
Sounds like a qualifier or something.
Yeah. Now, unlocking the levels just increases what more you can do. So, like, to get to the top of the Alps, you have to be level 25. It's not that your guy gets better at anything. So you don't. There's no stats to this. It's not like, oh, this guy's good at grinding, this guy's good at this guy's good at that. It's all based on you. The only weird controls are, it doesn't really use the mouse. It uses just the keyboard. So again, it's one of those games where I feel like if I had a controller, I would be in better control, because to take a sharp turn, you have to hit A and J. For those of you not familiar,
A and J
A is over here, J is over here.
That's a long...
Right, so it's literally you want to play with
2 hands.
Two hands on the keyboard. And
That's
then
not very well optimized.
it doesn't feel right. So, and then like to look around once you've got your binoculars on, because you can spy new drop zones and stuff. You hold B once you've stopped, and then you look around with the mouse, or you can look around with the arrows, essentially. Like, it's built kind of funny. It's built for a controller. They built Steep with the consoles in mind, and just kind of moved it to the PC. It still plays great, plays good. You can get wingsuits, you can get parachutes. Like, there's challenges where you're literally jumping off a cliff, opening a parachute, and going through rings.
That's cool.
So, and it doesn't feel like the SXX games.
Oh,
like, the tricks aren't crazy. The tricks are realistic.
Is all about arcade.
It was. So this is not... It's still arcadey, because, again, you're jumping off a cliff with a parachute and, like, flying through some rings.
Yeah, but
when you're going through the
speed and realism.
The speed, yeah. Well, and again, the speed, you can get up to a massive speed.
But those guys go real fast, though, anyway.
Well, and again, you're on the Alps. Like, you can go fast. But, like, when you go down the trick courses, you're not doing, 18 flips and landing in, like, this...
Perfect.
And thankfully the game has a safety mode, which I have turned on. So if you go off a jump and you go for, like, a backflip, they're like, they won't even let you. Because you don't have the room to complete. They're like, you're going to fall, dumbass. Like, the trick you're attempting to do
is too advanced. You don't have the clearance.
You have not gotten the correct amount of height to do that trick, dummy. Like, we're going to save your life by letting you just land this jump.
I want to hear the bone crack.
Now you can turn that off and legitimately do whatever you want to on the. But again, once you have backwards momentum, it's not like SSX where partway through the jump you could just stop doing the backflip and start flipping the other direction.
Or like do a kickflip on your snowboard for reasons.
Yeah, there's none of that. You can do the grabs.
Yep.
You can do the grabs on the skis and all that stuff. You can do grabs on the sled. If you take a jump on the sled, you can actually like
clench your butt,
grip the bottom of the sled, and
clench your butt.
Yeah,
Superman it.
But it does, like, you're going down on the sled. There's almost no control. It is legitimately just like, oh my god, it feels. Like, and there is a first-person mode.
I was just gonna say I would play that in VR if I could.
And VR would be insane because
would be great.
you need VR and a giant. And a fan just in front of you, so when you start going down, just turn the fan on. And you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna die.
I feel like I'm really there.
And then the rock's coming at you, and you're just like, and you're not turning. It's a wooden sled. Like you don't turn. You just kind of start stopping.
So the physics
are pretty good. Really good. So yeah, cool game if you're into it. And I mean, it's on the Steam Summer Sale right now for $12. It was on the Uplay store for $12. So for $12 for the base game, totally cool. The other games just unlock. Like Pyeongchang, obviously, and that kind of stuff. They had developers building the actual mountains and events. So
I'm sure they had the infrastructure, like the blueprints and everything.
Right. Oh, yeah. But I mean, in all honesty, I paid $30 for a lot. Like I'm on one of the smaller hills in the Alps. Like I have not yet explored the entirety of the Alps, and I'm already sitting there going, "This is."
Get to the tallest one and then go off the sled.
I know, I'm waiting. I'm trying to get to level 25 and then 99 so I can get the Wayne Gretzky jacket.
Do they class everything like black diamond, double black?
No, it's just medium hard easy, medium hard. But and then there's like story modes where you go down the story of the mountain. So like there's legend.
Sled.
No, you actually have to go down. Certain things are classified by what you can go down on. So it'll say like skis, snowboard, this.
It's limiting.
It limits you for
Do you have snowblades?
No. Skis or snowboard.
Snowmobile.
But no, there's no snowmobile.
You can do tricks off that.
And there are ones where it's like the ski parachute combo, so the parachutes, like you have your parachute out while you're skiing, sort of thing. So it's supposed to be like the parachute's pulling you. Or if you go off the big jumps, you can then like whee, and then land and keep skiing. Because if you just go with the parachute, you just parachute to where you want to go, land, and then have to switch to something else. So then you have to switch back to your... Because that's how the first opening is they drop you off, and there's like a dock on the side of the mountain, and they're like, okay, walk to there. So you're just like... walk to the edge, and they're like, okay, equip your parachute. Or no, equip your wingsuit. So I'm like, okay, put my wingsuit on. I'm like, okie dokie. Then they're like, now jump. And I'm like, I don't know how to control this thing. So I hit the side of the mountain a few times. And
just like real life.
Yeah. And again, like you hit the side of the mountain and the whole screen goes gray. And then you kind of tumble to the ground and kind of get back up. But you haven't met your objective. So you have to hold tab and go back to the top. And essentially, you have died and have... resurrected
you
magically
hit the side of a mountain.
Video game.
Oh, totally. And again, it tells you how hard you hit the side of the mountain.
Yeah. Video games.
Yeah. But they didn't want to do like wasted, now you have to continue from here. They're just like, oh, you hit the side of the mountain, you're just going to continue on from where you went. So either way, Steep. If you can get it cheap and you like those kinds of games, go for it. It's the skate version essentially of
don't say it's the skate version. We want skate so hard.
I know, but that's the shtick. Is because skate was the realistic skateboarding. This is the more realistic snowboarding game. So yeah, don't go into this game going like SSX, let's get tricky. It's not that game.
Tricky.
Now it's still ridiculous. You can wear the inflatable T-Rex costume while you're going down.
You have me.
Yeah. There's a Yeti costume you can wear. Like there's all sorts of weird costumes. That's how they've added the flair. You can use your Uplay points to buy some stuff.
I don't know if I have any.
There's a bunch of stuff for free, so like you can get a sticker on your backpack that's like a Rabbids sticker or the Assassin's Creed sticker, and all those are free, so it's just flavor. And the people you can choose from are actual snowboarders, but I don't know any actual snowboarders.
Sean White, that's all I know.
He's not in the game.
Then I'm not.
Mark McMorris?
I have no idea.
Yes.
So there's a guy with a beard, and there's a guy without a beard.
Wow!
So you can't actually customize your character, and that's like appearance-wise. You can change his coat, pants, boots, gloves, accessories, everything else. You just can't change their face. Which I was like, the first time I started playing, I'm like, I'm a bearded man. I don't, nope. This does not quite fit me. I do not want a beard. I would just want to... And then I finally found the way to switch characters, so... So there's females, males, the whole shtick. So you can
Cool.
Cool.
All right. I think that's it. Ends it for our post-credits show. If you liked what you saw, come follow us on our social feeds.
You can find all of that at barrelrollnews.com.
Follow us on YouTube.
Yes.
Just hit the subscribe button.
Yep.
The little bell icon too.
All the buttons.
Hit everything except for the flag button. Don't
hit the flag. Well, you could hit the flag button. Nothing can happen.
Just don't do it.
Yeah, don't do that.
In fact, just in general, don't do it. If it's not a bad video, just don't do it.
Yeah.
Anything else, gentlemen?
No, I'm good.
We're good. We're good.
Cool. Have a good weekend, everybody.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.